the hell? Well, hello, everybody. My name is Sean Cacaro, alongside my co-host Vincent Maskell, and a special guest today, Alex GP, as we are simulcast on the Big Blue in the Bronx channel. Alex, thank you for joining us. Vinny, thank you for joining us. How you both doing today?
I'm good. It's second. Was this our second game we've done?
Yes,
so
it is.
far?
Coming back from a little vacation, as
Back
some
from
of
the
you
break.
know, me and Alex and his brother Luca were out in Pittsburgh this past week, and we'll talk about that a little bit as we got an extended pregame show today with the rain delay. But we'll talk more about that. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, if I'm not gonna try to hijack the stream or anything, even though we're simulcast on my channel as well. At 8 o'clock, I'm gonna present a little announcement
Yes, I'll show that
regarding
right here.
a piece of
Big announcement.
pre-draft content. That's a little different than what we've done in the past. I don't know if I even told you guys about it in
You have
secret,
not.
but obviously you guys will find out. We'll play a little trailer and I'll go into it. But as far as the Yankees go, I mean, I love Pittsburgh. Great city, best thing that Pennsylvania has to offer.
The only good thing Pennsylvania has to offer, let's be honest.
Well, I mean, for you, besides a raceway.
Well, that too, but.
By the way, I love the dude with the Yankees Paul Skeen jersey. How close were you to
Oh yeah,
thing?
that was cool. We didn't get to see him though. We didn't get to see him. That was opening day.
Yeah, that was. I think that was the other day, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool though.
Friday.
I liked seeing that.
Oh, we'd love to see that. Although that would make Pat McAfee look kind of bad after his big night the other night. That was a great show. If you didn't get a chance to watch that, that was entertaining. So obviously, as you see below, the Yankees Giants game is in a rain delay, but the tarp was just pulled off the field not 5 minutes ago, so they are saying 7:30 is the scheduled start time. So first, let's look back at the previous series where the Yankees fell 2 out of 3 to the Tigers, a series that not many people actually really got to watch, considering they were all day games, thanks to the bitter cold in Michigan of 25 degrees. I'm sure that was perfectly ideal baseball weather for the fans and players alike. So we didn't get to see too much of it. I'm assuming you guys didn't either. Tough loss, tough series loss. The offense really never showed up when they needed to, which was, that's a hard expectation to set, but pitching really wasn't ideal either. There's some concern at the closer's position, but got a new weekend. The Yankees are back home for a 6-game homestand between the Giants and the Royals. Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about our starter tonight, Marcus Stroman?
Yeah, certainly. And by the way, I know we didn't get a ton of notes for the Detroit series, nor do we get to watch it, but I think, Max Fried, his stuff was working. His stuff was working till we got to the bullpen. So,
yes,
if there's any positive takeaways out of that, then you take away, hey, that's the guy we paid in the offseason. Big deal right there. But as far as Mr. Marcus Stroman, who started when we were there last Saturday in Pittsburgh, so we actually got to see in front of our own eyes Marcus Stroman. At least I think
I was not happy, to say the least.
Not a great start. His last time out against the Pittsburgh Pirates, where he generated a 7.27 ERA. He obviously made the start, 4 earned runs, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, a total of 3 strikeouts and 235 average about in that game. But specifically this season, Marcus Stroman, in his 2 starts, has a total of 7.27 ERA, did pretty good the first start, 2 games started, 6 strikeouts. So he's been solid. Again, last start wasn't great, but specifically against those righties and those lefties, he hasn't faced, what was I going to say? Back to the lefties, 227 batting average, 1 home run, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and a 1.41 whip. And then as far as the right-handed pitching, 250, 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks, and a .40 whip. So that is the profile on Marcus Stroman, who will be going up against, of course, Mr. Robbie Ray. And what's up to Armand in the chat?
So next thing I'd like to talk about is now San Francisco Giants. Right now, one of the hottest teams in baseball. They're 9-3, the second best record in the league, only behind the San Diego Padres, who are 10-3. Yes, Vinny, I was looking at standings. I know you're not gonna like that, but
Yeah, I won't look at standings.
No, but it is the best start the Giants have had since 2003. They are 9-3, but they did come off of a series loss to the Cincinnati Reds, losing 2 out of 3 in that 3-game set. Vinny, if you have the game notes up, tell us a little bit about Robbie Ray, the starter for the San Francisco Giants tonight, as he will be taking the mound for the the San Francisco Giants.
Well, Robbie Ray right now versus right-handers, 10.1 innings pitched, a 167 batting average, 4 walks, 6 Ks, 6 hits. Against lefties, which were pretty heavy, and we were talking about that. He's only pitched a third of an inning, but 500 batting average, 2 walks, 4 Ks, 1. His whip is 1, but his last outing versus Seattle, 3.18 ERA. He went 6, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Brad, I like your comment, by the way. I 110% agree.
I cursed them the second day. I wouldn't say I cursed them against for Stroman's start.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Let me check something real quick because I wouldn't say impressed. Wow, shocking. I was looking at strikeouts because I was going through the order of players for the San Francisco Giants. I'm like, man, these guys strike out a lot, but they're only it's not that bad. I mean, the Yankees actually have more
That's not
strikeouts
surprising
than them,
either.
which, again, not surprising, but nonetheless, I mean, we'll get to see what they do tonight against Marcus Stroman.
So I want to comment a little bit about these two former rivals going at it, these two Subway Series rivals. Of course, if you don't know your baseball history, the San Francisco Giants are originally from New York. They played in the Polo Grounds up in Harlem. They will be taking on the Yankees tonight, and this has been a very one-sided rivalry, to say the least. Now, last season when these teams met, Yankees swept the Giants out in San Francisco thanks to a certain somebody who shall not be named. The last time these teams played in New York, in the Bronx specifically, the Yankees won 2 of 3. That was on opening weekend 2023. The Giants have not won a series versus the Yankees since 2007, which is the only regular season series the Giants have ever won against the New York Yankees, and that was in San Francisco. Giants and Yankees, they have met in the World Series 7 times, with the Yankees winning 5 of those World Series. Yankees all-time 38, 25, and 1 against their former New York rivals. When I was doing my research for this game, I wasn't expecting it to be that one-sided. Aside from that 2007 series, the only other series the Giants ever won against the Yankees were the first 2 World Series matchups. Alex, what's your question?
Do these two teams get together for a dinner, the Giants and the Giants?
No. No. No.
Old Mike Francesa reference, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I got that. I don't know how many people did, but if you did, shout out to you.
And by the way, I just want to say, I know we're not in the game yet because it would be a good game bring up. Happy birthday, happy 45th birthday to my favorite player, Mark Teixeira.
45?
Yep.
Good old Tex.
God, I miss Tex too.
Tex
happy
disappeared.
Birthday, Tex.
Tex just disappeared.
Armand got it too.
The earth.
Yeah. Does anybody know where he is?
I don't know.
Last time I checked,
he's in witness protection.
Yeah, so, I don't know why. He was good.
No. He's probably he's a big family guy from what I hear. So
yeah. So true. Last time I checked, I know number one, I know he's very religious. Number two, he actually graduated with a degree at Georgia Tech about in the last 2 years. I don't know what he studied. I'm going to take a look at it right now because it's visible on his
Jacob,
Twitter.
the announcement, he's not moving to Connecticut. He's actually going to move out to California.
I'm not moving at all. Let's see.
Well, nonetheless, going into this 3-game set, which we hope we get to see it all on time. Obviously, they're calling for a lot of rain this weekend. I'll start with you, Vinny. What are your main expectations going into this week? Obviously, we look for a series win, but what are you looking for in particular against this San Francisco Giants team?
Definitely see if who's been really hot for them is Wilmer Flores. The team is not a good, like, they don't barrel the ball up. I was looking at their barrel percentages. The only two that are in the red are Wilmer Flores and Mike Yastrzemski right now. Everybody else. So I think it looks like they're doing it more through pitching than through hitting.
Which is true.
Yeah. So it just leads me to believe that it's a good fundamental team. They're good in the field, but man, it's not like they're gonna like bludgeon you to death.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Alex, what about you? What are you looking for? What are you looking for in particular this weekend?
So as far as the starters go, obviously we got Stroman tonight, Warren, and then Rodon. I mean, we saw how Warren looked in Pittsburgh. Wasn't really a fan of that.
No, me neither.
And Rodon didn't do very well in his last start. So I would mainly look for the offense needs to be there. I have to do a little bit more research on their pitching, but I really need a bounce back from the starting rotation, and I need long innings too because it's not ideal where you have how many starters on the injured list. You got Heel, you got Garrett Cole, obviously, who's done for the year, and you have Clark Schmidt, who looked pretty impressive in his rehab start.
Yeah, he's coming back against Kansas City.
So, it's great he's coming back against Kansas City, but you need these guys to provide innings. You need these guys to provide outs. And the Yankee bullpen is like, a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag of chocolates. 1 minute Devin Williams isn't looking good. And then you have, what's the lefty minor leaguer that came via spring training? What's his name? The minor league lefty. Hedrick. That's it's Hedrick. Hedrick looks good, and then this guy doesn't look good, and it's just
Hedrick is down in AAA now, unless they called him back up and I didn't see it.
Yeah. Okay. So, as far as that goes, it's been a mixed bag. You really don't want to. We've said this so many times before with this Yankees team. You really don't want to burn out your bullpen as far as April goes, and I know, again, mixed bag in terms of rotation and bullpen, but you just want to get your starters to at least go 5 innings. Like, can we ask for that?
Well, and I'll add to your point a little bit. You got to factor into, if it's going to be as a rainy weekend as we think it's going to be, the offenses aren't going to shine, and we obviously saw that in Detroit. So this is going to be, you ask me, these 3 games are going to be more pitchers' duels than anything, so that's where length is going to be very important because, like you said, we need the bullpen to get some rest, but also you need to keep the offense in it because there's not going to be a whole lot of run opportunities, especially tonight being with it being a night game. So I agree 100%. So we will wait and see. We got a couple of comments too.
I was about to say
the comments. We got a lot here, actually.
Brad, this is coming from my chat. Brad, obviously, fucking around me. Jacob, I do not smoke, so that is not an option for me. What's up to Sunil? If Alex is moving, it is his fandom from being a Giants fan to a Jets fan. Absolutely not.
That would be great.
I will say this. First of all, Armin, that's never happening. I did apply for an internship with the Jets today, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Brad, what's up again? He says research is important. So since Alex and Pete broke Devin. I hope not. I know some people, have said, oh, well, don't overreact. And some people are like, this guy sucks already. So
if you look at Devin Williams, and this was brought up, somebody brought this up, but if you look at his history, he's never been a good April guy. He's never been a guy that has pitched well in the beginning. He's always had to kind of, heat up. And so I think we're kind of going a little too far with Devin Williams right now.
Well, you ask me.
Because if you ask anybody in Milwaukee, it's always going to be. And the other thing is we were too spoiled with Mariano. Way too spoiled with Mariano.
You're not wrong there.
And here's the thing. We're never going to find another Mariano, everybody.
No.
Sorry. And and he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it interesting. Okay, I understand that. Everybody's gonna make it interesting. We're not gonna find another Mariano. That's not gonna happen. So
We just don't want Clay Holmes
I
again.
think no, but I mean, like, Devin Williams is gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Well, I think the big mistake that the Yankees made with Devin Williams, they didn't give him because I watched some of Aaron Boone's press conference, not willingly, but I did watch it, and they said he's just not fully up to par yet. Well, whose fault is that? You should have played him in the freaking spring.
Well,
I've said this so many
true.
times.
But I will give you some negatives though. This pitching staff, outside of Fried, and I know Rodon's going to bounce back. Everybody, just calm down about Rodon, okay?
Yeah.
Our 3, 4, 5 are terrible. This is not a pitching staff where we're going to win the division if it stays like this all year. I can guarantee you that.
I agree.
We need to heal back, and Cole going down was the worst thing to happen to us. So, and Armand, Devin will not be one and done with the Yanks. So I will guarantee that right now on this stream.
Okay.
I like Devin Williams, and he will be fine. He will be fine.
Now, Vinny, I want to ask you. Go ahead, Alex, because I want to get to something else.
Is there something because like I know there's the narrative, oh, you're not going to win the division, you're not going to do this in April and stuff like that. Is there a way? And again, like I know Devin Williams has to warm up, and a lot of people have to warm up in April. And I do agree with Sean's point. You should have played him a little bit more in training. Like, why not throw him in situations? Well, first of all, it kind of stabs my point in the back already because you threw him into a 4-0 game in Detroit. He nearly blew it.
Exactly.
But I guess my solution would be, and it's more easier than it sounds for doing it, is either A, put him in situations where there's not a save opportunity, or B, you throw him in the 8th inning, you have Weaver for the 9th. It's my two propositions. Again, like you don't want to be shuffling guys around, but winning games is important, I think.
Yeah, just a little. I mean, that is kind of important.
Put Mike Val on the screen there. Let's read what that says.
Well, he's coming. I think he's coming from my chat. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. I find a way to beat Marcus Stroman today. Kick him out by the 4th. I get to your Yankees bullpen. I think it's a Giants.
He's a Giants.
Yeah, he's a Giants fan. Hey, he's not wrong though. I mean, if you can, if they can get to the bullpen quick enough, then they got that one.
Listen, I'm gonna be completely honest. There's a player that, to my standard, has like never lived up. And by the way, the Giants are on a hot start, so I will never willingly piss on an opponent because that's not what I'm here to do. I mean, I'm a fan, but at the same time,
we talk trash afterwards.
Here's the thing: Mike's got a bigger problem in his own division, so he shouldn't be worrying about our team at this point. They ain't getting past the Dodgers, so that ain't gonna happen. So he can talk.
They did it once before, right?
By the way, nah, they ain't doing it. They ain't doing it.
He said he's a Yankee fan.
You're a Yankee fan, a closet Yankee fan. How's that?
Maybe he lives in
California, you root for both. Oh, because I
do the ALNL thing.
I root for the I root for the Mariners, and they're in a division.
I root for the Pirates,
but I also lived there for 20 years. So
yeah.
Now
and the Mariners are horrible.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But
I want to get to something. Go ahead, Alex. Finish your point.
Yeah, Mike, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe. By the way, I think I added this to the description. If not, I'll add it at some point. Obviously, sub up to Pinstripes and Pile Driver, sub up to Big Blue in the Bronx, if you haven't already, Nick's Cast, and also Gangrene Chronicles, Vinny and Luca's new Jets podcast. They already have 2 episodes out already.
Yes.
But one thing before I zip my lips, one player I really hope, and again, I hold my standards to like old-timey, like batting average and like less strikeouts and stuff like that.
The way it should be.
Yeah, the way it should be is right. I really root for Mike Yastrzemski. And I know his grandfather was a Red Sox and all that shit, but he's like my favorite player on the Giants. So
and he's an old time. He's like a throwback kind of player too. I've always liked him.
Yeah.
I've always liked Lamont Wade. Lamont Wade's always been. I've always liked him, man.
He's
I like him too.
Late night Lamont. Oh, good player, man.
He's
very entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's hitting like 105 this year, if I'm not mistaken. It's like
Yeah, he's not doing that great. His expanded metrics aren't very good either. So
Yeah, so
Not wrong.
Lamont
so
Wade.
So while Alex does that, I wanted to talk about something else too that Vinny brought up to us prior to us going live. Vinny, I'll let you take the spotlight. Michael K had a statement that you made, I'm guessing on the Michael K show, that you actually really do agree with.
yeah,
What would that be?
the team is constructed wrong. The team is constructed terribly.
How so, Vinny?
Because we have too many. There's too many lefties, and when you have a left-handed catcher, you should have a right-handed catcher on the bench. When you have a left, an infielder, that you need to have the opposite hand on the bench, because what's going to happen is the other team is going to load up on lefties, and all as you have left is lefties. And where does Aaron Boone go? Where is he going to go in the eighth and the ninth when he needs a pinch hitter? He can't.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, our switch hitters hit better from the other side, from the same sides, from the left side. So
Yeah.
they're basically left-handed hitters too. So it's Brian Cashman's job now to fix that. And I don't know if he can fix it now, but he's going to need to fix it. And it's going to need to, because we're not getting Stanton back anytime soon.
No, we're not.
And he would somewhat help a little bit because he's a righty, obviously. But we're totally thrown off. We have too many lefties in our lineup and too many lefties on the bench. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, it's hard to argue with the catcher's position because Vinny, we were all rooting.
You have to have a
JCSR.
right-handed catcher on the bench, though, man.
You do, but who was Alex Jackson the better option?
But you needed to go in the offseason and get one. That's what you needed
wrong.
to do.
You're not wrong.
You needed to do that because you knew there was nobody. You knew there was nobody.
It's the only team that I know that's only got lefty catchers.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's also based on what the Yankees were prioritizing, because if they would have kept Alex, and I'm not to scratch on JC Escara, but like if you would have kept Alex Jackson, you would have been doing.
Thank you, Armand. You're the best, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
You would have been doing what they would have done with what's his face, Ben Rordvet, because Ben Rordvet was a defensive catcher. He was not an offensive hitter.
But that's fine though. At least you put a right-handed.
Well, Rordvet I thought was a lefty.
No.
Rordvet was a lefty.
Rordvet was right.
Okay. Number one, they also had Trevino at the time. So
okay.
So he did have that mix. Number two, Rordvet was a defensive catcher. If the Yankees would have stuck with Alex Jackson, then
but again, Jackson doesn't give you any sort of offensive production either. That's
the problem.
Yeah, Jackson gives you nothing offensively. That's true. But the catchers that we've had, other than who was the guy? Narvaez.
Carlos Narvaez.
He was a righty, right?
Yeah, and he was a very good righty at that.
And why did we not keep him?
I don't know why we didn't keep him. I loved him. He was actually one of the last Staten Island Yankees.
But it's not like he would have cost us a lot of money.
No, he wouldn't have.
Not that. Well, I can't believe I'm saying that about the Yankees, by the way. But unfortunately, but he's man. I just, when he brought. The funny thing is when I heard that, I looked at their team, and I said, you know what? Holy crap, he's right. We have nobody on the bench that when teams bring in lefties, we're done. We're done.
You're not wrong. Well, we are going to shift gears.
Let's
real
go.
Quickly.
Let's go.
I'll just I'll finish that off with one statement. Jackson's hitting 200 in AAA, by the way. So they are officially setting up. They are waiting for the teams to take the field in the Bronx. So that being said, Alex, I'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about the Yankee lineup today. How's the lineup looking? Are you figuring out the TV first? I'll give you a minute if you need it.
My TV is being incensed.
Okay, I'll read the Yankee lineup.
I will tell you, I could do it. I could multitask a little bit. So obviously, at the leadoff position, with Robbie Ray on the mound, you got Paul Goldschmidt leading off. You have DH Ben Rice batting second. Batting third is the captain, right fielder Aaron Judge. Batting fourth is the left-handed hitter and the left fielder, Cody Bellinger. Batting fifth is Anthony Volpe at shortstop. Batting sixth is Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second base. Batting seventh is Austin Wells, the catcher. Batting eighth is Walter Peraza at third. And batting ninth is the center fielder, Trent Grisham.
Now, Vinny, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Giants lineup tonight?
Leading off for the San Francisco Giants, Mike Yastrzemski playing right field. Willie Adames playing shortstop, hitting second. J.H. Lee, I'm not going to pronounce his name, center field.
We'll try during the game, but
yeah. Matt Chapman playing third base. Julio Ramos playing left field and hitting sixth. Hitting seventh, late night Lamont Wade Jr. playing first base. Wilmer Flores, not so late. Wilmer Flores at the designated hitter spot. Hitting eighth, Patrick Bailey, the catcher. And hitting ninth, we have Tyler Fitzgerald playing shortstop.
Looking at this Giants lineup, it's amazing. They only have, batting average wise, almost everybody's under a 250 except for 3 hitters. So that only further backs up Vinny's point that this has been all pitching for the San Francisco Giants.
The funny thing was I was only looking at the metrics.
Yeah.
I could tell that. I wasn't even looking at the batting.
No, wrong. But this is the first of a 3-game set. Tomorrow they play 3:05. It'll be Jordan Hicks versus Will Warren. That will be nationally televised, by the way. It's on Yes and FS1. And then Sunday's game, which we will be streaming, we'll see a good pitching matchup. Logan Webb versus Carlos Rodon. So we're doing 2 of the 3 games this weekend, boys. So let's just
I won't be in attendance for Sunday, but at least I get to do this one.
Have fun in the Bronx. I can't wait to get back up there again soon. But
wait, Bronx. I'm not going to the Bronx.
You just said you will be in attendance Sunday.
I will not be in attendance.
I heard in attendance. Okay, well, all right. Now, whatever. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Is the because I'm assessing Brad's question? Is the echo gone? Because I did hear it for a little bit.
I didn't hear any echo.
Yeah, I wonder if it's me. It might be me.
I don't think so. I didn't hear anything from you, Vinny.
Okay.
All right.
No, it might be me. Because I can hear. I'm wondering if my both my mics are on. The one on my computer and the one on my I'm trying to fix that right now.
Brad says it's gone. So.
Is it gone?
Yeah, he says it's gone. I never heard it from the start, so
hopefully.
Hard to say.
Maybe it's Sean this entire time, Vinny.
You know what? My luck, you're probably not wrong.
Which really wouldn't make any sense, though, because Sean has earbuds on.
This is true. This is true. I
have to now go to the internet for this network nonsense because my TV decided to freeze.
Nice. So, I gotta love the beautiful weather we have had. Actually, I'll go get that for you. Game time weather in New York City. As of right now, it is 44 degrees. It says it's raining, but I'm pretty sure it's talking more Manhattan than anything. Will drop to about 39 degrees. Rain expected to continue throughout the entire night. So it's going to be a sloppy one in the Bronx tonight. So, like I said, pitching, that would be my key to the game. Pitching-wise, we need innings, we need length, because offensively, there is not going to be many opportunities for the Bronx Bombers. But, hey, I could be wrong. So, they go to commercial. We officially wait for the start of this one about 7:30. So, that'd be about a half-hour delay, about 25 minutes, half-hour. So, not terrible. At least, Alex, we're not starting this game at 10 o'clock, because that would be miserable.
I would rather not start the game at 10 o'clock.
And the problem is they have to get this series in, because the Giants, the only other time they come back is when they play the Mets. But usually when the Mets are home, we're on the road. So, you do the math there.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time both teams were home.
Exactly. It's very weird. Actually, Alex, if you remember one year, we tried to plan a doubleheader.
Yep, I remember.
Because the Mets were playing an afternoon game, Yankees were playing a night game, but then they, for whatever reason, changed the schedule to both teams playing at night. That was so stupid.
Yeah, that would have been fun, though. I mean, I am trying to hitch my way back to Citi Field. Oh, but I think Vinny...
Vinny may have some internet trouble.
Yeah, something must have happened there.
Yeah, I can't even re-add him back.
Yeah, that's right, because he was switching mics or whatever, so I think...
He might have been messing with... I guess I never heard anything from his side, so I'm not sure. Hopefully. Yeah, the Mets are in Sacramento this weekend, probably enjoying some nice warm weather. By the way, to the clowns who are saying that Sacramento is proving Oakland was the problem, you're also a clown.
I didn't know that there was such thing as
Yeah,
people saying that.
Yes, unfortunately, it's really people are really
Why?
saying that Oakland was a problem. You think Oakland was the problem? I'm sorry, you're a clown.
Oh, there's Vinny.
Oh, good, Vinny.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good now.
You were good before, so
I think
should
so.
be good now. So Yankee Giant rivalry renewed this weekend. More of a rivalry than I would have thought it would be. Alex, you don't have to put that up. I was gonna keep track of the.
Oh, all
I
right.
was just gonna do it on here. That's how I usually do it. If you'd rather have that up, that's fine with me. I'm not
Well, I
worried
mean,
about it.
Vinny, what do you think? Do you think we should have the banner? Or do you think we should have the game day?
It's up to you guys. I'm not opposed to either. I'm not really.
I'll
Doesn't
keep up with
matter
the
to me.
banner. We'll keep
Okay.
up with the banner. Oh, the
I've got.
Knicks are playing the Cavs right now. Oh, I so enjoy the idea of knowing that the Knicks are playing right now.
Oh
So
boy.
much.
Hate that
So the Yankees have
nonsense.
officially taken the field for warm. I did not know Lou Trevino was a Giant. They only got one lefty in their pen, by the way. So that could actually play to our advantage and actually.
One lefty in the pen. That definitely.
And it is raining again in the Bronx.
Ah, good. Where are you guys at in your stream? Because I'm looking at the Giants lineup.
I'm
I
watching Stroman
am.
take warm-ups.
I am watching Stroman take warm-ups as well.
Sigh. Because I know if I turn on my TV, it's gonna freeze. So that'll be my own
Are you
problem.
sure your TV's not broken? It's not cable?
I said this before. Usually when it's only 2 channels, and I'm gonna try to see what it is now. It's only SNY and yes, they give me problems.
And you haven't called FiOS yet.
I feel like we haven't yet. No.
So the defensive alignment for the Yankees from left to right, it is Bellinger, Grisham, Judge. From third to first is Peraza, Volpe, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt. Behind the plate, Austin Wells, and on the mound is Marcus Stroman. I like that they're getting Grisham some more playing time. Grisham has been on fire up to this point. Even in Detroit, in that cold weather, he was pretty solid.
By the way, Trent Grisham, your Spotlight Player of the Week for MLB The Show. If there are any MLB The Showers out there, by the way.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Spotlight Player of the Week.
It is working for
know.
now. For now, it is working. For now.
So it is officially raining again in the Bronx. They are still taking their warm-ups.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like we're going to be playing in the rain, which will be fun for us to watch. I can imagine how miserable that's got to be, to not only playing, but for the fans to sit in. So shout out to the Yankee fans and whatever Giant fans may be there for toughing out the elements. First pitch is a high fly ball in the right. That's going to drop for a base hit and go all the way to the wall as we are underway. Judge picks it up. Yastrzemski is in its second, and it is a leadoff double on the first pitch of the game to get us underway. That's not ideal.
Not a good.
Right down the plate.
Yeah,
I
didn't like
doesn't throw double.
Well, he doesn't throw hard enough either.
No, he doesn't. So we are officially underway. Runner on second with nobody out. Up to bat now is Adames. 184 average this year. Stroman deals. Cut on a missed strike one. Willie Adames. The 184 average, 6 ribbies, 465 OPS in all 12 games.
By the way, folks, tonight's home plate umpire is Will Little with Ryan Addison at first, Ryan Wills at second, and the crew chief Lance Barksdale at third.
It'll be an 0-1 from Stroman. Stroman deals. Outside 1-1. They say Will Little is hitter friendly. Fewer strikes on the outside. Which means we're going to see lots of strikes on the outside today.
Yeah, no.
The 1-1, outside 2-1.
I remember wanting Jung Ho Lee.
Jung Ho Lee, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of Yankee fans, I think, that did.
You know, the funny thing is Stroman's gotten out to good counts, but then for some reason, now he's getting out to a bad count.
Right.
You know, so
3-1 count with Leon Deck.
I'm not liking it.
And you know it's going to be a tough night. Tough night with the wet weather. 3-1 pitch is chopped foul. That should have been ball 4, but Adames fouls it off. It says 44 in the Bronx, 100% chance of rain with 79% humidity, 21-mile-an-hour winds. So, again, shout out to the fans in the Bronx that went. I give you all the credit in the world.
Not many there tonight. But
it's decent crowd, I would say that. 3-2 pitch is fouled off. First to 3 against the Giants. Alex?
Five ribbies, 211, 531 OPS, 10 strikeouts and 3 walks against right-handed pitching.
It is pouring in the Bronx. We'll monitor how long they can keep this going. Remember, the minimum is they got to play 5 innings for this to be official. So as that's outside ball 4, Adames works a walk. Runners are on first and second. Red jacket guy in the back is not happy about this, folks.
Man.
I've been watching it. He's been entertaining me.
I know
not an ideal start.
I know Adames is a power hitter, but he's hitting 184, man. Come on, I mean, gotta attack him, man. Come on.
Serious.
Like, why are you trying to go outside?
Outside.
No, he's trying to be too fine, is what he's doing, and it's
like
annoying.
Trying to finesse him. You do just like go at him like high or something.
Annoying, yeah. Come on,
you're trying
man.
to
Here comes Young Ho Lee. Pickoff attempt not in time.
Stroman,
they didn't call balk there.
Man.
Trying to just like I don't know what you want to do there.
He's not a number 3 starter for sure. No. He would have been our like our 4th or 5th.
Yeah, if he even got in the rotation.
Yeah, had Cole not been hurt along with the other injuries. No, way bad, horrible swing and the miss. Count 0-1. Talk about getting fooled right there.
Inside.
Lee, a 333 hitter. Alex, tell us a little more about Lee.
Jung Ho Lee versus those right-handed pitching. 0 home runs, 2 RBIs, 314 average, 911 OPS.
0-1 pitch from Stroman. Up and in, count 1-1. Lee repping the Shiesty tonight, trying to stay warm. Shiesty Judge looked like he was going to hit 875 the other day. I was very disappointed.
If he keeps going inside like that, he's going to get burned.
That's a high fly ball in the deep right field. That ball is gone into the first row for Young Ho Lee, a 3-run blast. And just like that, the Giants have taken a 3-0 lead.
This is what you get for dicking around with Willy Adames.
Yeah, exactly. Needed to attack him, but let's look at the 100 miles an hour off the bat. 100.5.
When you can do that in the cold weather, that's not ideal. So, Giants up 3-0. Rough start. And this is exactly going against everything Alex said at the start, where we need innings from our pitchers.
Mm-hmm. Not 3 runs in the first. Not good.
And that's only on 11 pitches, too. That's outside to Matt Chapman, count 1-0. Once again, he left that right down the plate.
Yeah, his location.
It wasn't a no-doubter, but and that's an
yeah, no. I mean, he kept going inside, and then all of a sudden he tries to go outside, and it's like right over the plate. That one was a lot better. But again, you can see he's trying to go on the corners. He's trying to be too fine. He's not going to.
1-1's way outside, 2-1. Chapman hitting 205. Go ahead, Alex.
I was saying Chapman against those right-handed pitching, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, 7 walks, 12 strikeouts, 200 average, and a 762 OPS.
Pitches outside, counts 3-1. Stroman been trying to hit that outside corner, and he's not even close.
Well, he's trying to stay away from the right-handed hitter.
Because everything he keeps leaving over the plate's getting crushed. As that's outside.
He's going to need to challenge them inside at some point. Well, he goes outside again. Listen.
Matt Blake first mound visit. Not even an out into the game.
If he can't challenge hitters, it's going to be a long night.
You know what? I was having more fun during the rain delay.
I know. Let's go back. Can we back up to the rain delay? Yeah.
Go back. Yeah. Oh. Maybe they can put us in a rain delay again.
This might be the first time on Alex's channel he's rooting against the Giants.
Yeah. There you go.
Think about it.
Rooting against the Giants.
Well, I mean, when the
not
Yankees
counting your tanking, that does not count.
Well, when the Yankees were playing the Dodgers and the Giants were playing the Steelers, I was rooting for the Steelers. I did not want the Giants to win that game.
Yeah, that's true. But not including tanking. Okay, so up comes Ramos. Elio Ramos hitting 235 this season, 3 home runs, 9 ribbies, and a 735 OPS. Oh, we need a double play in the worst way right now.
Yeah.
First pitch
7
from Stroman. Outside again.
And Ramos can hit the ball out, by the way. So
Yes,
if you
he
get,
can.
Yep. All those 3 home runs have been right against right-handed pitching.
yeah. So be careful with this guy. Not too careful. I think he's taking that too literally.
Literally, again, outside 2-0.
Outside, every single pitch has been outside, except
just
for the one over the
record
plate for Jung Ho Lee.
I just could record it outside for a ball, and that might qualify for the rest of
Yeah,
the
if you were charting his pitches and you were the
That
next
should have
pitcher,
been ball 3. Rule of strike 2-1.
Ooh, he got
I don't
that.
know that I agree with that call, but
well, I don't either. But you know,
2-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 2 on an outside fastball, I believe that.
And by the way, Jung Ho Lee's home run would have been out in 10 of 30 parks.
11 when you include Steinbrenner. Every time you read that, they don't include Steinbrenner.
No, Steinbrenner's included in this one.
Oh, it is included in this one. That's outside 3.
Fenway, Great American Ballpark, Progressive Field, Angel Stadium, Dodger Stadium, American Family Field, Citi Field, Yankee Stadium, George M. Steinbrenner Field, and Global Life Field.
They finally updated it.
Yeah, they did.
3-2 pitch to Ramos. Again outside. That's ball 4. That was an interesting bat flip for the walk.
I will say for Brad's point, there might be a curse relation to Stroman, but because I remember he said I'm cursing Stroman today, so
seems that way so far. It looks like they're getting somebody up in the pen, and this is not what they needed.
Who do you get up?
You need somebody that can give you length, and who is that guy? As Lamont Wade comes up, 105 hitter, 1 home run, 4 ribbies.
Yeah, Brad made a good point on the Narvaez thing, but we didn't. We ended up not getting Sasaki, so
yeah, for nothing. It's I've been silent because I'm a pitch ahead of you guys, but Yarborough is the one that's warming up.
I see it. Yep. Yeah. Actually, you're not that far ahead. They're showing
Yarborough
now.
Actually,
that's good when you consider he was a starter.
Yarborough used to be a starter, and he was and he was with Tampa Bay, who used to use the old the
bullpen nonsense.
The opener.
Count 1-1. Here's the pitch. Cut on a miss.
So he's going inside to lefties and outside to righties.
Alex, at the rate we're going, your announcement may come in the top of the first. The 1-2 pitch. Up and in, 2-2. Oh boy, this is not how I saw this going.
Nope.
By the way,
the rain continues to fall in the Bronx.
Stroman not even hitting 90 on the radar gun, by the way.
His fastball is topped out at 90, as that's inside.
Yeah.
Once again, the count is full.
His top pitch velocity is like 89.9, 89.8.
He has thrown 16 balls and 11 strikes.
Man, and there's no outs more.
And that's a line drive into right field. That's going to be a base hit down the line to the wall. 1 run will score, possibly 2. Judge fires it in. 2 runs will score. Chisholm fires. Yep, 2 runs score. It is 5-0 Giants. A 2-run double.
Is it going to be late night Stroman instead of late night Lamont?
Is it worth noting that this guy hit like 105 coming into this game?
Late night Lamont.
I'm regretting this stream already.
Yeah. Can we make this tomorrow? Can we make tomorrow? Can we have a stream tomorrow and make it?
If I was, you know what? If I wasn't going out tomorrow,
no, I know. I've got stuff I got to do too tomorrow. But man, this is terrible.
Here comes Wilmer Flores, former Met.
And by the way, a veteran pitcher, Robbie Ray, knowing he's got a 5-run spot, he's not.
The only thing you got to factor in,
comfortable.
Only thing you got to factor in, Vinny, as is a pickoff attempt back to second.
Oh, a SmackDown stream, Armand says.
I like that idea, but I don't want to exclude Alex here.
No.
It's fine. So why did he throw over there? Because
he wasn't even covering.
He wasn't covering the base.
We'll make a deal, Armand. If this goes into another rain delay, we will stream a little SmackDown. I think that's a good idea. Maybe we'll teach Alex some wrestling.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's do that. As that's outside.
I already know some characters.
He knows a few people.
Characters. Outside. Everything has been outside.
2-2 pitch. Swung
Except for
on
the
and
ones.
missed. We got a strikeout. No,
Oh
yep,
my!
we got a strikeout.
I wasn't even
We
sure.
finally got
There
our
we
first
go.
out of the game.
Yeah, look, he finally
1-1.
challenged a hitter.
It's
Oh, boy.
interesting what happens when you challenge a hitter, Vinny.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god!
Alex,
Look
don't
at
you
this.
have the
Nice
sound
pitch.
thing for the
Nice pitch.
strikeout? I was
You know
looking
what?
for it. I
I
don't
think I
remember where
do.
it is.
Hold on, wait.
Up to bat
Granted, it
now
was
is
one-
Bailey.
Not that he entirely deserves it.
There you go. That's fouled off. That hurts when you have earbuds on, but Patrick Bailey hitting 194, no home runs, 3 ribbies.
Switch hitting catch.
You know what's funny, Alex? All the pregame stats might go right out the window if we had to put in Yarborough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The 0-1
We haven't
pitch,
even gotten to the bottom half.
fouled off.
Yeah. Man.
Remember, at 8 o'clock, Alex has a big announcement for his Big Blue in the Bronx channel. Stay tuned for that.
15 minutes.
That's honestly probably the main reason we're still live right now.
Yeah. Put the countdown. Put the countdown on the screen. 15 minutes.
He might as well. Alex, you know how to do that. We might as well do it at this point.
Play the 30-second bite about 100 zillion times.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
The 0-2 pitch, Stroman deals, fouled off. He has this over 7 ERA in the first inning so far.
And he's got over a 7 ERA on the season.
Yeah.
And it's probably way higher by now. Actually, MLB Game Day should tell us that.
Yes. We are at 12.
Oh, we're at 12 now. Okay.
That's shocking.
0-2 pitch.
Higher.
The fans are quiet. Red shirt guy's not happy. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1-2.
He moved. He was right behind the thing. He moved to the.
Yeah, he did move. I wonder if he was in the wrong
right.
section.
To our left, but to the right.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he was in the wrong section. He's up to 37 pitches. The 38th pitch of the inning. Outside again, 2-2.
Oh. Do you have Armand, do you have Judge on your fantasy team or something?
He probably has a bet. I'm gonna.
Or are you or did you gamble that was it a first inning home run?
2-2 pitches popped up in the shallow left center. Calling it is the left fielder Bellinger for out number 2.
I mean,
we're getting somewhere.
There you go.
We're moving in the right direction, but Armin's
Alex, what's that saying you have? Clap for progress.
Oh, he has a home run.
Yeah,
He's got a home run parlay. He's got a home run parlay. There you go.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, in 6 games against the Giants, he's 12 for 23, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs. So
yeah, well, this is his hometown team, so he wants to show out.
Tyler Fitzgerald up to the plate.
This is the 9th. They've basically batted around.
Batted around, yeah.
Here's
in the first inning.
In their first strike count, 0-1. Stroman has already passed the 40-pitch mark. So Alex's key to the game did not go very far so far.
Not at all.
You never know. He could have a bunch of 3-pitch innings after. So outside at 1-1.
Yeah, miracles, they say.
It'll be a 1-1. Marcus Stroman deals. Check swing did not go. Count 2-1. Vinny, this is already starting to feel like our spring streams.
Yeah, I know.
Worse.
But it's regular season.
I know. Let's just hope the Yankees can respond with a 5 spot.
Man.
Or
We
they could
still
just
got
have
to see them hit.
or they could just call this game, have a rain delay, and none of this would have ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, suspend it to tomorrow.
Ooh,
So at least then I don't have to watch it.
See, that was a good pitch. I'd take that. A high sinker like that. Challenge him inside. Good pitch. None of this like outside stuff.
Here
And then
comes
throw
the
it right down
2-2.
the middle.
Stroman deals outside 3-2. 89 on that fastball.
Trying to
Fans, I can kind of hear my TV. Fans sound very restless right now in the Bronx.
I mean,
see, if you're gonna go outside like that, you can't be that far out. Because if he's gonna swing at that, it's got to be closer than that. See, that one was a good pitch. I'd take that.
Technically, yes, Jazz is still slumping, but really the whole offense is, when you consider that the series they just played in, it was 25 degrees pretty much every game.
Yeah, the offense wasn't hitting at all.
3-2 pitch. Stroman deals his 45th. Grounder through for a base hit in the left. Bellinger fields. Runner holds at third, and we have runners on the corners with 2 outs.
Yeah,
And
Lamonte is 29.
here
That's too
comes
short.
Aaron Boone,
And that'll be it.
and
his
this
day.
will do it for Marcus Stroman.
Doesn't get out of the first inning, boys.
Not what I wanted. Yeah, I mean, him and Volpe cooled off. I just have more faith in Volpe to actually rebound, even though my expectations aren't totally high. But yeah, Jazz. That's what happens when you're not facing god awful pitching of the Brewers, and you start not that the Pirates have real pitching, even though they did
Except
dominate
for
us a little
Skeens,
bit.
but we didn't have to
Except
see
for
him.
Skeens, like the last game, they were pretty.
Yeah, Andrew Heaney thing did not happen.
Yeah,
that just never happened.
No. But yeah, that's typical Jazz. I love his defense. I cannot stand his golf swing. I don't know why they. I don't remember his swing being like that in Miami. I could be wrong, but like that's
He's kind of always had kind of an uppercut swing.
like to the point where me and Sean saw it. It was mainly on Sunday where he's swinging. His head is flying. Even if you have an uppercut swing,
yeah, his
have your
head was in
stick to the bat.
Philadelphia. Like his head was all over the place.
It's basic fundamentals.
Well, yeah, I mean his head needs to stay in, but I mean
it's like flying off.
Yeah.
And the fact that where he's he's swinging like he's in quicksand, like he's falling down, is just like
right.
And again, you could have an uppercut swing. Where's the plate discipline? There's none.
Yeah,
that's my issue with him.
I agree. So Ryan Yarbrough will be coming in.
Yeah, I agree.
Disgruntled, the Yankees even knew that, but they didn't want to put him in the rotation, and then injuries happened.
And they wonder why nobody wanted him.
Yeah, for they probably couldn't get a bag of Doritos for
By
him.
the way, how's what's his name looking at third base for the Cardinals right now?
Arenado?
I haven't seen.
Arenado. He's doing, from what I've seen, he was doing pretty good.
Which good for them considering St. Louis, the rest of the team.
And guess what, guys? He's a right-handed hitter. Could we have used him? Yeah.
Should we pitch the trade now? I think now would be a great time.
You guys watch Stroman? They wouldn't give us a bag of peanuts for Stroman at this point.
No, they wouldn't.
No,
that was a career high in pitches for an inning. 46.
Alex can pitch better. I think Alex could definitely.
I could pitch better. I mean, last time I pitched was in high school. I mean, I wasn't a strikeout pitcher.
Jacob said it best. Alex could probably locate a million times better.
Oh yeah, sure, of course. Let's see what
first pitch is in there for a strike.
Hey, look at that.
We have our 10th hitter of the inning.
Yeah, got a clap.
First pitch strike. First pitch strike. Beautiful.
We got 8 minutes till my announcement. We're not out of the first inning.
Exactly. Look at that.
Next pitch way inside. Count 1-1. Here's what we're gonna do for the rest of the stream. One person's gonna watch this Yankee game. One person's gonna watch wrestling, and I'm gonna watch NASCAR. We'll make this a triple stream.
What do we got here?
Oh boy! This season, Ryan Yarbrough with an 8.44 ERA. So,
I mean,
I feel so bad for the people that actually paid to go to this game. I really feel for those people right now.
I mean, I don't think the Cardinals would want your number one prospect or even Lombard Jr. They probably want. I don't know what they would want. I guess Will Warren.
That's okay with me. He can take Will Warren.
They may have wanted Dominguez too.
I mean,
I wouldn't. I don't know if I would give up Dominguez.
No, I wouldn't give up on him.
He's way too young though to give him up.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me check something. You gotta start putting him in the lineup more though.
2-1 pitch in their first strike. What? Wait a minute.
I got the same mix up as you did. Apparently,
why is everybody walking off the field?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's strike 3.
Strike 3.
At the end of half an inning, Giants 5, Yankees coming to bat. Oh, good God. That was a horrible inning.
Yarbrough mops it up.
That was a horrible inning. That might be the worst inning we have done on stream so far. If you consider the spring streams,
I don't think the Yankees have anything to trade for that they want for Arenado, honestly.
I'd have to ask St. Louis. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
But what was I going to say?
3 years, $74 million.
Like the other two bad innings that I know I've watched is 2 years ago. It was a Yankee minor leaguer that's no longer this team. The name's going to escape me. You guys are going to remember it. when we gave up like 3 straight home runs to the Twins. I don't remember who was pitching.
You gotta be
It was
more
a home game.
specific.
The Yankees were like piss pounded by the Twins. As I said, I don't remember who was pitching. We gave them up somewhere. I don't think they're a part of
You
this
think you're like
organization.
Chance Adams or something like that?
No. Like 2023, I'm talking.
Yeah, you gotta be more specific.
So somebody in the comments will remember. And then the other time being that me and Sean went to 19-5.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that. Yeah, that was against that time the Indians.
Yeah, yeah, friggin' birthday present, my ass.
Yeah, that was my vacation for the year. Remember?
By the way, Arenado hitting .310, 1 home run. Not great, but not bad.
Robbie Ray, the
better
pitcher,
than the
2-0.
production we have at third base.
Exactly.
3.18 ERA and 11 in the third.
Yeah, as far as Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, he's got a 6.11 average this year against those lefties. 1 home run and 2 RBIs. That home run coming up against Nexter Cortez.
Nice. So it is still pouring in the Bronx, so we'll just have to wait and see how much the field can handle. First pitch to Goldschmidt is a ball count, 1-0.
Come on, Goldie. Goldie's playing well.
He is playing well.
He is, yeah. He's not
1-0
smacking
pitch.
10 home runs, but
he's not.
Well.
He's not.
2-0.
Which,
Look at his OPS is 942. I'll take that.
Yeah, 1571 against lefties.
Yeah. And he's patient, too. He doesn't just...
Yeah, no. He's
2-0 pitch in first strike. Count 2-1.
I think that's why he's hitting leadoff, too. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons.
Yeah. I wish he wasn't leadoff, but he hasn't been doing half bad.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch to Goldschmidt. Inside 3.
Great job by Cashman. Not getting
if there is one thing that can give the Yankee offense some hope, is that they do have this crappy weather to where that could work against Robbie Ray. 3-1 pitch. That ball is launched down the line, foul.
Oof. Just out in front. Well, not just out in front, way out in front, but,
He has played 166 games against the Giants with a 3.02 average. 3-2 pitch.
He was in the...
Swung on and missed. He swings at ball 4, 1 away.
I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
That was a good pitch, though. I mean...
I'm not going to kill him.
Crossed over the plate. I won't kill him for that.
One bad.
Giants defense left to right. Julio Ramos, Young-Ho Lee, Mike Yastrzemski. Third to first is Chapman, Adames, Fitzgerald, and Wade Jr. Here comes Ben Rice, hitting .306, 3 homers, 4 ribbies in their first strike.
Well, yeah, Taco, that definitely... I mean, I wanted Arenado for sure. A lot of people were like, oh, he's too old. I'm like, he's still not bad. He's better than what we have. And he's a right-handed hitter. So...
Yeah. And speaking of, we were talking backstage of why Vinny's not going to be on the Jets show tonight, or why they weren't doing one. Unfortunately for Taco, he is an Athletics fan. So,
it's a good young team, the Athletics.
0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3, 2 away.
I just hope they beat the Mets.
Yeah.
Yes, we will be rooting for the A's tonight.
Yeah, we were A's fans
today. I don't care, but
yeah,
I hate what the A's are going through.
Yeah, I know.
No, I don't hate what the A's are going through. I hate what the A's fans are going through.
A's fans, I know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't feel an ounce of sympathy for the team themselves.
I gotta feel for the players a little bit.
Yeah, come on.
But the players weren't a part of it. They're all young. They weren't a part of the Oakland good years.
Yeah, but
they're all minor leaguers.
Yeah, but it's ownership that's.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm getting at.
We can all agree on that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Swung on and missed by Judge.
Armand was upset with that comment. Yeah. I'm sorry, Armand, but But the A's are a good team, though. They'll be fine.
To give it a few years when they actually
1-1 upstairs.
Jacob Wilson is becoming another one of my favorite players, by the way.
So once this inning comes to an end, Alex will be making his announcement.
Is Brent Rooker still raking?
I think so.
I don't know.
2-1 pitch, upstairs,
3-1.
Up and in on Judge.
Where are the? Here they are. They're the A's. They're the A's.
The A's.
Rooker his metrics are really good. Let's see what his
3-1.
He's hitting 194 home runs.
Yeah.
In 60 plate appearances.
Yeah, so
what up, Jets? Mets, mess.
Jets, mess.
So So if Judge gets on base here, I will obviously delay the announcement for a minute. So if you want to stay here for the announcement and not go to social media, you could do that too, because it's already scheduled on Twitter and it's already scheduled on YouTube.
You know who's off to a good start for that A's team? Tyler Soderstrom is off to a good start for that team.
3-2 pitch to Judge. That's ball 4.
354, 6 home runs. And a 1.197 OPS. Not bad.
So coming up to bat now will be Cody Bellinger with 2 down and a runner on first, hitting .206, 1 home run, 6 ribbies, a .562 OPS through 9 games. Missed a couple games out in Pittsburgh. I think it was one other one he missed too. Oh yeah, the chicken wing incident on Monday.
Yeah.
And he went back for a second round after that.
Well, he said he's never eaten chicken wings again. So
he
that.
Yeah, he goes round 2. I'm like, dude, what are you
chicken
doing?
Wings.
That's fouled off. Count 0-2. What the heck do you think could have been wrong with those chicken wings? The only thing I can think is they must have been bad when he bought them.
I don't.
Because you would know if it was undercooked. Because all you gotta do is take a bite and you'll see red in the middle.
Yeah. No bueno.
Yeah.
Take a lesson from a deli worker. If your chicken smells like eggs, it is not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Pitch outside 1-2.
Belly's 1 home run, obviously coming off to Nestor Cortez.
1-2 pitch to Ray from Ray is outside 2-2.
I'm sure there's a lot. They have a lot of prospects in that minor league system, Taco, and the A's.
There's a man behind Bellinger in a suit and a tie with a jacket on. That's bold.
He's coming from work, probably.
Yeah. It's one of those.
Wall Street workers. The 2-2 pitch outside 3-2. Making Ray work. Making Ray work.
There we go.
Yeah, but that poor suit. I don't think you can wear it again after today.
You have to do some.
You gotta get some you gotta have a hell of a cleaner too.
Serious work.
The 3-2 pitch from Ray, fouled off. Griffin Canning versus
Griffin Canning
Sears tonight, former Yankee prospect.
Yeah.
I liked Sears when he was with us. I wasn't crazy about when we got rid of him.
Yeah, we kind of stunk.
3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed at the pitch upstairs to end the inning. We are through 1-5-0. I like that comment from Taco. I left work early for this garbage.
This garbage, I know, right?
Yeah, essentially,
yeah. I'm going to remove all my banners. Alex, this is partially your stream too.
This is your deal.
Stage is yours.
All right. I don't think you guys aren't monetized either way, so you won't get copyrighted. Here's a little preview of what's going to come out next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It's a little piece of pre-draft content, and obviously has to deal with the draft. But anyway, here's a minute 7 trailer on what you guys will be looking at. Remember, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll explain a little afterwards. Let's dig into it.
We're not Jaguar Stadium. I handcuffed you.
All the guys that I know by hand, we didn't do yet. Let's go. We got the rosters today. Tomorrow, we know what we're walking into.
300 plus volunteers that really make this game different from the other All-Star games. Just being in this city for as long as it has been.
So,
that Hard Knocks music just made that 10 times more badass, I will say.
Yeah, that was very good.
And I pitched it down so they wouldn't directly copyright me. So I apologize. I just want to explain a little bit before we go back to this thing called a game.
Yeah.
So originally penned, and I have it posted on LinkedIn, I have it posted on Twitter, I have it posted on my YouTube community notes, and I'll probably maybe post a trailer. Originally penned for a digital media class that they never got to see because the teacher was out multiple times and they couldn't get a shot at editing it. I decided this year to take some behind the scenes footage of what we did in Alabama. You'll get the journalism aspect, you'll get the football aspect, you'll get a fun aspect out of it, and production as well as, what came into what we were able to do this year down in Mobile. We had a lot of fun, as we said. I'll take questions and comments. As I said, I don't remember if I told you guys.
You had not,
Well,
so.
I had not. Okay.
Well,
But I'm not.
I got to make a funny comment just because
Sure.
I'm a prick like that. We're getting an Alex and Luca documentary before GTA 6.
We are.
And if you had said that when we were kids, we'd be going crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So it was, it was a lot of fun doing what we did. Obviously, you'll definitely get practice footage and game footage, as you saw in the trailer. I just had a lot of fun making it. I'm obviously glad that Luca and Brian could be a part of it, and also many of the other people that, contributed in being in the footage. So it was a lot of fun, and I said this in private. I'm going to say it publicly. I've tried to convince for next year Vinny and Sean to come down,
And
because Vinny
I'm
would
committed
definitely
to
be.
it.
Yeah. So
I'm committed to it. Unless something crazy happens, I don't see why I can't go.
So I just wanted to throw that out there, and obviously the Yankees aren't doing too well right now, but I don't want to again hijack it.
Well, we're
Our
still
first
through this
shot,
first at bat, so it's okay.
yeah, our first shot at a documentary. I'm not going to say how long it is because that's for you to find out.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Want to congratulate you, Alex. Really happy for you. That swung on and missed, strike 3-1 away.
Yeah, definitely, man. For sure.
We're looking forward to seeing it. Like I said, the Hard Knocks music alone got me like up to here in terms of hype.
Yeah. I made sure to, because I'm like, should I do this with non-copyright?
You got me ready for football season now. What the hell?
I know, right?
Right? Like, I mean, I was already kind of like, hey, we're in, when we were in Pittsburgh, like, man, I kind of miss the Steelers, even though I really hate them right now. But
Yeah, because they don't have a quarterback.
I got a whole rant on that, but we're not talking football, so
I think
keep that away.
I think his initials will be AR.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, eventually, but yet TJ Watt's going to
because he's being
because
Aaron Rodgers is being a what about the whole thing.
Diva.
Yeah,
that is grounded to the shortstop side a second for out number 2.
We got another out. Yay!
Yay!
Wow.
Now we're going to watch 5 innings of nothing. Vinny, if you would like to watch SmackDown and keep us updated,
I've already got the.
Let me know if anything good happens. We might do some SmackDown commentary.
Yeah, we might have to.
Also, guys, don't forget, you can see it on the bottom, the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers upcoming schedule. Our next stream will be Sunday for the Giants-Yankees 3rd game of the series. Hopefully, we can at least be watching a rubber match. And also, don't forget, next weekend is WrestleMania. We will be streaming both nights. I can't wait for it, Vinny. We're so close. So stay tuned for that. Remember to subscribe and put on notifications so you can find out about when those streams are.
Wait a minute. Is Nick Aldis fighting Randy Orton at WrestleMania?
Is Nick Aldis really coming out of retirement? I heard somebody brought that up.
He's angry at Randy Orton right now. Orton's talking to him in the middle of the ring right now.
If that's the case, Randy Orton's good. I mean, first off, prayers for Kevin Owens, but
yes,
I feel horrible for Randy.
Bad for him. Yeah.
1-2 count on Matt Chapman. I mean, we know Nick Aldis is a former wrestler, so he can do it.
They're gonna add a running back at some point between 2 and 5 rounds. Jacob.
I want Tyler Warren for the Jets, but the New England media has definitely gotten Tyler Warren on the brain too. So,
really?
Yes,
I believe that.
You know what's funny? Vinny mentions that. Number one, we're less than 2 weeks from the draft, by the way, which we're planning out some nice streams and content creators coming on. Number two, one of the requirements for the application, and I've done one before in class, is a press release. And again, those aren't too hard to do. Is the press release I created for the Jets was the Jets drafting Tyler Warren at 7. So who knows, if I was to get an internship, they could literally just copy and paste that shit.
3-2 pitch from Yarborough. Upstairs, ball 4. Worked the count from 1-2 to a walk. But, Matt Chapman reaches first with 2 down in the inning.
Taco, I'm taking Abdul Carter. Even though I have my own thoughts, I'm not going to release them right now.
I got to ask a stupid question. It's involving my team. You don't really think Shador falls to us?
Nope.
I didn't think so either. I was very shocked when I heard we had a meeting with him.
I mean,
no, they're in on. I mean, they don't know what they want. I don't think over there in New England. They were talking a lot of Warren on WEI this week.
Campbell is
Up
another
the bat
option.
now is Julio
Campbell,
Ramos.
They have no left tackle.
Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed. You can tell the field is slick. That's like the third or fourth time we've seen a player slip out of the box.
Look at that.
You can see how hard it's pouring. I'm surprised that they've maintained the field this good.
I think they want to get this game in too.
Oh, they have to, but that's why there's a reason the Yankee Stadium grounds crew is the highest paid in all stadiums. That's upstairs 1-1.
Solo coming out. This is interesting.
Well, Solo does deserve a match, so I like that. 1-1 pitch from. I almost said Cale Yarborough. I forgot this is not NASCAR.
Yeah.
The 1-1.
Sports.
Downstairs 2-1. By the way, Lamar Jackson, excuse my language, but I have to. Fuck you for suing Dale Earnhardt Jr. You're a clown. You don't own the number 8. Nobody knows you're number 8. Everybody knows the Dale Jr. number 8. So fuck you. Excuse my French. I'm sorry if there's kids watching.
Actually, the real 8 is Daniel Jones, obviously. No, I'm joking.
Swung on and missed, strike 2. Once again, sliding out of the box. Yes, Alex, Daniel Jones, the GOAT of number 8s.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Daniel Jones would have been the worst fucking option for us. That's the part that's really upsetting. 2-2 pitch, low and away, 3-2. Oh, I know he is. He does. The lawsuit itself is stupid. If anybody actually takes him seriously, they're a clown. And yes, I am very biased. I'm a NASCAR fan, so
yeah. Also, Vinny's going to get what I'm talking about. I know we're having some real discussions about number 8, and Taco really kind of just
popped up to end the inning.
My bad. I stepped over Sean there. The real number 8 is going to be AR for the Steelers.
What if he takes number? Oh wait, no, he can't take 12. Okay, yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, AR, A-Rod.
You know what? Rodgers has got some work to do because you know what? If he does become a Steeler, he better avenge that fucking Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot. I'm not supposed to be.
That's fine. It's fine. Jacob, to answer your question, I trust me, I am concerned about his injuries. And I'll have a video talking about who I want for 3 probably in the next 2 weeks. So
we go to the bottom of the second. This game feels like it's already. This game is dragging. Vinny, how's SmackDown going? I'm about to actually check.
Oh, Tama and Solo are trying to attack Randy Orton right now.
Well, I don't hate that idea because you know what?
And the numbers game is hitting Randy Orton right now at this point.
Well, it's a good story if you think about it. Randy's obviously got a ton of issues with the bloodline, and Solo deserved the match. He's gotten screwed over.
LA Knight coming out to save Randy.
Okay, so we got a tag team match for tonight. That's predictable.
Yeah.
By the way, Vinny, I have an idea for our 25th stream against the Blue Jays. Mm-hmm. We should, because that's the first SmackDown after Mania, we should dual stream that SmackDown and Yankees.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking we should probably do that because that's going to be a good episode.
Let me see what's going on and I'll.
Yeah, like I said, we already got a Yankee stream set for that night, so we can kind of treat that like we did the split squad game we did back in March.
Also, you do have day 2 of the NFL draft.
This is true.
That's true. That is true.
That's gonna be an action-packed night. We could, we could do a triple. stream right here. We'll have Alex talk about the draft. I'll talk Yankees. Vinny talks wrestling.
There you go.
So they are still playing. We're with Anthony Volpe coming up to bat. First pitch way outside. Count 1-0.
Yeah, they showed an angle of Ray in the third base side. That shit's empty.
Yeah, well, again, with the brutal weather, you could see it's definitely affecting Ray's control a little bit. We saw that in the first inning, as that's in their first strike. 1-1 pitch, up and in, count 2-1. Right near Volpe's head, and he didn't even flinch.
Yeah. Tonight begins a string of 13 Yankees games without an off day.
And no pitching whatsoever.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. It's going to be a tag team match.
Called it. Yeah, 2-1 pitch, fouled off 2-2. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Alex. Those seats it's starting to look like a COVID game out there. You can see water dripping from his beard.
I would hate to be sitting out there, by the way.
Any fan that went to this game deserves a free game.
I mean, it's like that Jets game from a few years ago, the Jacksonville game. That was a horrible game.
I went to that one.
Yeah, I feel for you, man.
So did Luca, and Luca obviously seeing how Zach Wilson played.
Yeah, exactly.
3-2 is in the dirt ball for.
Zach Wilson going to be in the division this year.
Yes, he is. Zach Wilson redemption game.
I love the way what's his name thinks he's going to be able to bring him back.
McDaniel?
Up comes Jazz Chisholm. I want to let Alex do commentary for Jazz Chisholm here because we know how he feels about him. So feel free to throw in a few expletives if you have to.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Watch him hit a home run.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
Right.
We got an uppercut swing. I don't know if Alex saw it.
Well, to add some detail, by the way, while this treacherous at bat goes on, there's your other uppercut swing.
That was a weak swing, though.
That was slow as all day.
That was weak.
1 and 2 is the count. In Pittsburgh, right, for the second day, mostly it was that we were there, so it was Sunday. I made a promise. I said if Jazz Chisholm hits a home run here, I would not talk shit on him the rest of the season. He didn't hit a home run, so obviously I'm obliged to do what I want. But just I put it out there.
Yeah, and every time I think he struck out. So actually, no, the one time he had a double, which that drove in the first run of the game. So
yeah, but that was much after that.
Yeah.
And Volpe has a stolen base.
Nice. Yeah, you're ahead of me by about a pitch.
Which is a part of the at bat. That's the only reason
I let Alex do commentary for this one is because he loves Chisholm right now.
Oh yeah, I love the fact that he's wearing A-Rod's number.
Yes, nice stolen base there. Would have been in time even if he did hold on to the ball. I like that silver catcher's helmet, by the way. I don't know what it is. That just pops to me. I like it. Volpe almost overslid the bag. Did not.
Yeah, disgruntled. Listen, I don't like Dave Portnoy, but Jazz should stay off of Twitter and not worry about the people that are dissenting on him.
I agree.
Nobody else is on Twitter on the Yankees team.
By the way, nobody's talking about the torpedoes now that the Yankees.
Not anymore, no.
Yeah.
No.
So, but
now that we started losing.
Which was a stupid blow up in the first place. But
I agree.
Exactly. Typical nonsense.
Typical anti-Yankees media.
Well, yeah, because we scored 20 runs. Oh, the Yankees scored 20 runs. It's got to be the bats. The bats are screw them.
High fastball. He's got the second. He's tied for the most in MLB strikeouts wise, 22 already.
And this is why he was not the leadoff hitter. Oh my Lord!
You can give me defense.
His head was all the way on Staten Island with how friggin' out there it was.
What a nitwit!
Clown. I don't understand what he's.
I know.
I don't know how to explain this. This is childish little league mistakes.
I will defend Jazz only because I like Jazz, but
I do too. But
I can't. I mean, it's hard to defend that swing.
You can't. No.
Wells up the hit.
I can't say anything about it. So
189 hitter, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs for Wells.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Taco. Definitely.
I noticed the fans behind home plate are the only ones that are sticking it out in the rain. There's most of the people have
everyone else is
gone to the
dispersed.
concourse.
Yeah, Disgruntled's right.
They should do what the Pirates did. Any fan that went to this game should get a free ticket for a game this year.
How's
That's
Yankees
outside.
are not doing that, Sean.
No, they're not.
No.
They only did it. The only reason they did it for that game that I went against the D-backs a few years ago is because it was the last one.
Exactly.
The 1-1 to Wells. Ray deals outside 2-1. Oh boy. This is probably the most painful stream we have had so far. 2-1 pitch. Robbie Ray deals. Popped up. In play. The third baseman chasing it. Goes into the camera well. That was in the field of play. Michael K said the wind took that one. You could see it gusting in from left field.
And Chapman didn't want to bust his ass going down the steps.
Oh, no, we've seen that a few times. That doesn't always end well.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's really, you might get what I'm referring to. It's such a good thing they changed the jerseys back. Because had they been using last year's jerseys tonight, we'd be seeing a lot of see-through things we don't want to see.
Right.
And that's a high fly ball in the deep right field. That ball is gone. Or was it? It was off the wall. They say it's a home run. Wells stands on second.
Did it go? Did it hit the top of the wall and bounce back?
Hit the top of the wall and bounce back. That's what happened.
I thought it hit the first seat. Here's a good replay.
I mean, isn't that technically a home run, though?
That's off the top of the wall back into play.
Top of the wall. So right there.
So they're going to review it. I don't think they challenge. I think this is just the umpire's review. You know what? Any other weather conditions, that's a home run. Not
yeah, exactly. Yeah, right off the top of the wall. They're showing the replay again.
I think it depends on where on the top of the wall, doesn't it? Doesn't it have to be past halfway?
It was in the middle. It was right in the middle.
Problem. It's right in the middle.
It was right in the middle of the wall. That's not even. Yeah. I mean, that could go either way.
Right now, MLB is scrambling through the rule book to figure this one out.
I mean, I don't know. That kind of looked like it was on the.
Well, either way, I believe the Yankees did score at least one. So as of now,
we got to run, guys.
We got to run. Yay. Like that.
We just wait to see they credit the other run before I update the scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
Where was the fan with the glove, by the way, on that?
Yeah, right.
Could have been dragging that in there.
Yeah,
because it's not like he would have had to fight the fielder for it, like with the
no, because it wasn't interference. It wouldn't have been interference.
Yeah, it would have been interference.
No, they gave him a double. Yankee fans obviously not going to be happy about this one.
Double, okay.
All right, whatever.
Again,
I mean, that was close enough.
Into the rule book.
That was close enough where it was like.
Yeah, no, it was a ticky-tacky call.
Yeah, I thought it might have been one of those situations too close to overturn.
Yeah.
But I think they made the right call here, but
Clark Schmidt doesn't agree.
Does not agree.
It's like, isn't that a home run?
Nonetheless, nice at bat there for Wells.
Where's your glove? Where is your glove? You're supposed to reach out
tonight.
And grab it.
I don't know. I can't imagine how
the one time the fans need to do something and they don't do nothing. But yet we'll get in the way of Mookie Betts though and try to
don't try to rip the glove off of him as Oswald Peraza comes off the bat.
That could have been.
I love that. I know it.
That could have ended up really. If he would have yanked or his arm would have twisted a certain way, that could have been bad.
So time is called. The Robbie Ray has asked for them to work on the mound. Understandable with tonight's weather.
Listen, I didn't like what they did, and they gained a lot of fame off of it. But they showed more fight. They showed more fight than the Yankees did.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I would agree with that. But
so a little stoppage so they can work on the infield. like you said, they are going to do everything in their power to get this one in, knowing that
the old
the next 2 days are not any better. Not to mention how cold it is. You guys could probably tell me better, but I'm sure it's probably windy as all hell up there too.
Yeah, a little wind, yeah.
it's got the
Robbie
hand
Ray
warmers out there.
retaking some warm ups.
They got the hand warmers out there.
Yes, they do.
Who
We're
was
not
that
even in the third inning, and this game is almost an hour old.
Yeah,
Pitch clock is not doing its job tonight.
I don't think anybody in this room wants to talk about that, Taco. unless you're a Met fan, Armand will talk about it all day.
Yeah. So here comes Peraza, swung on and missed. Count 0-1.
Yeah, and we streamed every game except game 2, so it was not fun.
No, I'm sure.
No, I have my own thing about the World Series, but I'm not going to take it there. The 0-1. Bunt attempt. Did he pull back in time? No, he did not. Count 0-2.
Ooh, he almost got hit in the face.
Like,
Why did it happen
why are you
in-
bunting at that?
Yeah. Why are you running into that? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
You're running into a high pitch. You could have got hit in the face, man.
The lowly Marlins at 6-6 have a 4-0 lead over the Washington Nationals.
The Marlins.
The 0-2. Yeah, we're almost due for an out-of-town scoreboard. We normally do it every 3 innings, but the rate we're going.
Yeah.
Wells' shot would have been out in 23 of 30 parks, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
but not Yankee Stadium. But I thought we played in the Little League field.
I know we played in the Little League
Oh
field.
no,
That's
yeah,
a
of course.
side count too.
It's not like It's not like there's a magic barrier that goes up when the.
Yeah, it's
opponent
just
gets
down
there.
the.
Yeah.
It's just down the line. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, actually, our left center to right center is deeper than I think most parks in the league.
There's a lot of teams in for Sandy, Taco. A lot of
2-2
teams in for
outside.
Sandy.
Yep.
And
Count is
like
full.
I would think like us, Boston.
Speaking
You
of
know.
Boston, they're losing to the White Sox right now, 2-0.
Good, couldn't happen to a better team.
I agree. Is that since I score?
I like that response.
Yeah. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of teams in on him. Just as long as I just hope the Dodgers don't get him.
They're the last team that needs him. So if there's a man that could get us back into this game, he's stepping up to the plate now. That would
Yes.
be Trent Grisham.
Good old Trent. Look at that.
Doesn't have to
Look
hit
at
a
that
home run
average.
right here, but
Look at that average. Look at that. Look at
367.
that season.
None of us could have predicted that.
Fans getting into it. I love it.
Wow. You're going to want to take a snapshot of that because he's not going to end the season like that. I hate to
No.
tell you.
Oh, imagine if he did.
I would love to see that.
Better numbers than a certain somebody who shall remain.
If he plays like the back of his
First
baseball
pitch?
card, that's not going to.
fouled off.
But who knows? Maybe. I don't know.
If you're looking at the rest of the AL East, there's not much to go around. Baltimore and Toronto got postponed. Red Sox trail the White Sox, and the Rays are playing the Braves. Rays are up 3-1. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta, but they did take 2 or 3 from the Phillies, though. So 0-1 pitch, fouled away. Count 0-2. The Yankee fan back there eating food in the rain. How? Their
luck.
hands are so red.
Yeah. He's handing it to his
I'm
buddy.
called.
He's like, "Here, you want some wet, whatever this is?"
I can't even tell what that is.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's
Whatever
like
it
a
is.
soaked chicken tender, but they were eating on a paper plate.
Well, they get special food down in that section. They get like
That is
Yeah.
true.
that's like Legend. Is that Legends
Yeah.
over there? Yeah.
0-2 pitch to Grisham. Ray deals.
They get
Way
like a
outside
menu.
1 and 2.
They get a menu. They get a
Yeah, they got like a whole restaurant like in there.
yeah. There's a restaurant. It's like the Hyundai Club at City Field.
Yeah.
I hear that Hyundai Club, by the way, is amazing.
Well, I keep saying, even if it's not for the Subway Series, which it probably won't be, we got to get to City Field this year. I've never been, and I know you haven't either, Vinny. So
Yeah, I got to get myself back to City Field. I think when was
The
last-
1-2?
I went last year. Yeah.
high fly ball in the shallow center. Excuse me. Under it and
Oh, that was
making
too
the catch
high.
is Lee. Oh, slipping and sliding there for out number 2.
Yeah. Grisham, that was too high. That was in your eyes, man. Come on.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Don't be swinging at that.
Yeah, the last time I went to City Field was when they versed the Cubs.
The
And
Cubbies.
yeah, that was that stupid right fielder who like completely missed the ball walk-off game.
Mm-hmm.
But
A
yeah,
two down
tickets
in
are
the
cheap.
inning as Paul Goldschmidt comes to the plate. Robbie Ray is only just past Marcus Stroman in pitches thrown. 50 pitches in the second inning.
He also throws a faster fastball than he does.
That's in their first strike count.
And he's in his what? He's how old is he?
He's a number.
He's a number, but he's older than Stroman.
Yeah. The 0-1 pitch from Ray. Way inside, almost got him. The Yankee fan behind in the first row does not like the call.
Ooh. So I guess people are calling for Verlander to retire.
Well, yeah, he's been awful this year.
I heard he's having some problems.
The 1-1. Well, all he would have to do is face us and he gets season back.
We're not going to see Verlander in this series.
No, we are not.
Are we going to see Webb and?
We see Webb and Hicks. Hicks tomorrow, Webb on Sunday.
I don't want to see Webb. I do not want to see Webb.
We hit good against him last time we played him.
I know, but he's still pretty good.
2-1 pitch.
But the way we're hitting now, I don't want to see him.
No, you're not wrong.
No.
But the one good thing is they are working Ray's pitch count up. They got Bivens warming up in the pen.
This is a good thing.
But they need to do something with this opportunity. 2-1 pitch to Goldschmidt. Outside 3-1. Or low and away, I should say.
Definitely laboring.
This has definitely been the longest 2 innings I feel like I've ever experienced.
This has been a really long 2 innings.
The London first game feels faster than this. The 3-1. Goldschmidt swings at a pitch way upstairs, and this.
Yeah, you're not. You're definitely not wrong.
Slipping and sliding makes the catch to end the inning. We're through 2. Yankees trail 5-1.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something about this game because
too many guys in the
outfield. Too many guys in the outfield are slipping around. If Judge gets hurt,
it's happening in the
because he falls. Yeah, but if he falls or he's going after a ball,
the entire ground crew is getting fired.
I'm gonna be upset. So,
Vinny, any updates from SmackDown?
Oh, good call. Good call. Women's match right now. We're talking. Who we got? Tiff. Is that Tiffany? Let's see. Did they put? No. Oh, it's Natalia. I'm trying to see who it is. Actually,
right now, Yankee fans are ripping into Stroman.
Oh yeah, as they should. I mean, we kind of all knew. We don't really have to wait too long to find out who he actually is. So.
Nope. A lot of people are looking back to his comment during training camp.
Oh, you know what's interesting, Sean? And Francisco Taco is right. I still have deleted tweets of his going after Yankee fans. I literally have screenshots of that. So
good.
Oh yeah, it's a women. That's Armand is right. It's a women's tag team gauntlet match.
Interesting.
Looks like Bailey and what's her name? The Intercontinental Women's Champion.
Oh, on Fubo, they actually show the Savannah Bananas. I care so much.
Yeah.
Gimmick.
Goofball baseball, that's what I call it. You know what we should do? We should transfer this stream
Alien Live, yes.
We should transfer the stream to the UFL, guys.
Yeah, the Renegades.
Arlington versus Birmingham.
Yeah, there you go.
Count how many former Jets, Steelers, and friggin' Giants there are.
There you go.
So they are still playing. We're in the top of the third.
Yep.
A lot of fans have migrated to the concourse, as expected.
Yep. If I was in my my Jim Beam seats, I'd be in the Jim Beam lounge right now.
Right now, Vinny, if you still had your suites and we were at this game, we'd be sitting at the bar trying to forget that this is happening.
Yeah, we'd be sitting in the
good thing is we'd be taking the train back to Staten Island. So
yeah, I'd be grabbing popcorn like crazy because it's free up there, by the way.
First pitch is in there for a strike count, 0-1. The Audi Club right now also has got to be an amazing spot.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, and the Delta Skybox suites.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about stuff we can afford. Jim Beam's probably the closest thing we can afford.
Yeah, well, we did the Audi suite. Me and the twins did the Audi suite like last year.
Rich guys.
Yeah,
it was kind of worth it, but
yeah.
I mean, there's bits and pieces. I mean, it was obviously
it's only really worth it for this type of night, if you ask me.
Right.
Well, it was for the
outside.
The problem is you cannot really.
No, there's no stadium feel. You feel like you're in a restaurant.
Right.
You feel like you're in a restaurant.
And Jim Beam gets crowded real quick too. It's
yes,
real
it
small,
does.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in the Jim Beam suite, but like we went
No,
there.
it's tiny.
Small, but
it's tiny. But there's outside seating. But again,
that's popped up in the center.
It's also under. It's under cover, so you're good there,
and you know what? If you decide you want to step outside, you're right behind home plate.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think with I think NYYU was able to package it really well because they were, I think it was like 170. I know they had a recent event.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 170 last year or 180, whatever. You were able to get the buffet inclusive. I mean, you had to purchase alcohol. But you were able to get the buffet.
Cheap, by the way.
No, it wasn't. $20.
$20 for a small shot of vodka, I think it was.
Yeah, but it was $20.
I took that one shot. Your friend tried to pay for it. I literally would not let him pay for it. And I gave him the 20.
Yeah, I mean, the chat knows who. Some of the chat knows who Killer Joe is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Obviously, he was with NYU for a little bit. Anyway. $20 a shot, but I mean, they were able to finagle it in a nice package because obviously you got the buffet for free inclusive, you got drinks for inclusive.
The food was outstanding.
The food was great, and you got to take as many trips as possible up into the seventh inning. The problem is if you want to do that outside of an event like NYU did,
it's not cheap.
Then you're gonna be sitting there like you're in a restaurant. Like you have your ticket, you go to your seat, but you have to pay for the food, which is an absolute ripoff.
I say, Vinny, obviously we got to do at least one game together. If and when that game does happen, I say we go to the Jim Beam suite again. Just once.
Oh, that would
we got to take the twins. Let them experience it too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun up there. Definitely.
Cool spot, and the view is outstanding.
The view is great up there. The view is great. Those were probably the best seats I've had.
2-2 pitch from Yarborough. Grounded to short. Sliding is Volpe. Sliding is the Wilmer Flores as well. Play is made. Out number 2. A lot of slipping and sliding in the Bronx. Obviously, they got a great drainage system, but this kind of rain is hard to contain.
Absolutely. I mean, also, like one of the other suites I've been in, the first part was me and Luca buying the tickets. It was Mets Marlins for Caesars Sportsbook suite. It was fun and all. I mean, we were gonna purchase the food, but my uncle came along who was the manager of the concessions at Citi Field. He's like, "Yeah, you're not paying for this. It's all in the house." So I ended up getting a big bowl, I ended up getting a big fat fucking bowl of ice cream.
Nice,
nice.
With like 5 different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Bailey up to hit. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch from Yarborough outside.
We're only in the top of the third.
I know. I actually think SmackDown might finish. SmackDown might finish before this game is over.
Yeah, I mean it'll
be a 1-1.
They're about a quarter of the way.
If we go to a rain delay, I'm gonna cry.
They better just fucking. They better just.
If they go to a rain delay, please call it.
Really...
My goal is to stay on for this entire game.
Right.
Don't make me stay up till 2 in, please. I got to be up at 5. Don't do it. Is that swung on a miss strike?
I have to be up in the same.
I'm gonna fight to sit through this whole game, but don't give us Alex, I know you remember. Vinny, I don't know if you remember. You remember that game against the Texas Rangers several years ago, where the game did not resume until 3 in?
Yeah.
I think I do. I know I was definitely asleep.
My dad was ready to yell at me because he wakes up at 3 in, and the last thing he wants to see is me still awake. And he walked out and he said, "What the fuck are you doing awake?" I said, "Look, the Yankees are still playing." And he shook his head. He's like, "I want to yell at you, but I know you."
Yeah. Look at Armin trying to get the Mets on here. Look at that. Good job,
Mets,
Armin.
Mets actually, by the time this game is over,
I know
that thing will
he's
be about
right. We
halfway
could be.
done.
Yeah, we could be strong. At this
What was
point.
I gonna say? Disgruntled added me on a tweet on Twitter and said, and I'm gonna play the quick clip. This is the Giants to Stroman in the first inning.
Fuck you!
Yep.
Yeah, essentially.
Exactly. Basically. Oh man. Yeah, City Field does have good food. I've never been there, but I've heard definitely.
Yeah.
I've heard
No,
nothing but good things about their
they're pretty
food.
good.
But
And like I said, the Hyundai Club I heard is like amazing.
Yeah, I think they do a better. Obviously, like New York, and we obviously noticed the staunch differences in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just tries to cater to the ballpark fans, which is completely fine by me. I don't really give a shit. New York, both teams try to cater to like not just the baseball fans, which I kind of
yuppies.
hate. Yes, I think Yankee Stadium is more out of place with that, and I think they're doing a worse job. I think Citi Field just does it better
See,
because
you don't
because
go to Yankee Stadium for the stadium itself. You don't go for the food or nothing. You go for the team.
yeah.
The Mets, you go for the family-friendly, yuppie experience.
Also, the tickets are cheaper at City.
Yeah,
You'd be
it's meant to-
surprised, actually.
Well, I mean, in some cases, yeah, but like it's
Well,
it's
their
meant to
front
be-
row, they're up in the front is way cheaper than ours.
Yeah,
If you look at it, like Mets D-backs, I look it on TickPick. It was like starting at $10. I mean, those are two quality teams. But like, if one problem I had with the Yankees, and again, the
I'm
Mets
gonna step
adapted
away.
it.
I'll be right back.
Sure,
Okay.
the Mets adapted it quicker. Is they got Mr. Softy
Mm-hmm.
way earlier than the Yankees did. The Yankees had this Oatly fucking dairy free ice.
Yeah, they got
nonsense.
the
Cardboard. It tasted like shit.
yeah.
So it took till last year to get Mr. Softy in the building, and then this year they added Chinese food, and they've had sushi. It's just like that's I. Even if I was a tourist, I don't know that I'd want to eat that at a baseball game.
Well, Taco's right though. They should be built around the sport,
Absolutely.
but they didn't think of that. They didn't think of that at MetLife. They didn't do either. They didn't do either at MetLife.
Stadium.
They did nothing.
That's like I've been complaining this whole time about how the New York outreach is going towards the tourists. That's literally the polar opposite, Vinny.
It looks like a big garbage can. I swear to God, it looks like a big garbage can.
It's a glorified toaster, fucking air conditioner, stack of CDs, whatever you name it. It's a garbage ass stadium.
Yeah, I wish
Toilet
they
bowl.
would have. They should have asked like somebody else to like put in on like some kind of like I don't know
I really want to know
architecture or
exactly.
like,
I
know.
really want to know who decided to like architect this.
Oh,
like
it was Woody. If Woody helped, it was probably because it was the cheapest stuff you could find. And I'm sure the mayors went okay.
Oh yeah, they definitely did. There's no.
It's like, oh, okay. We don't have to pay a lot, and we're going to make like tons of money, and we're going to overcharge for tickets, and we're going to overcharge for tickets, and we're going to ask the fans for tickets like before the season's over for season tickets. Sure, when our team's crappy.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about if the Giants do that, but the Jets do.
Nah, from what I heard, they haven't done that as of recent. I mean, I would know.
That's because you guys don't know the Woody experience. That's why.
Oh, I've heard from Luca what the Woody experience is like.
I think we went over that. We went over that in our last podcast.
Yeah, the 4 years in a row of raising season ticket prices.
Raising season ticket prices, asking for season ticket
prices early,
money before the season was over. Yeah, just stupid crap.
Not that I would ever.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you wanted to renew your ticket, you had to pay.
No, yeah. I don't see what because they originally had the idea of PSLs, which is like a personal seat license, but that would have been mixed up with Giant fans who had PSLs for the same seat.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
I'll show them to go on. I'll put this up.
Yeah. That's going to be a little bit ahead too, I think.
Stadiums are built around it. Yeah, Armin's got a point.
Yeah, stadiums are built around events. Yeah, well, that's true.
You have just like different frequency of ownership. You have the Pirates who they obviously they value people coming into their ballpark, but they don't want to build a fucking team.
Yeah.
You have the Yankees who, they're complacent. I will say that they are complacent. They obviously go frou-frou.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Mets just have. I'm going to say, and this is going to sound really casual of me, but they did a good job last year, but they weren't able to reach it because I guess that's a Mets
I
Mets
gotta
mentality
point
or
out,
whatever.
they're showing the team store. It's 10 times more packed than the stadium itself.
Yeah, because people want to get out of the rain. They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
they're trying to get their ponchos and everything.
trying to get
2-2
that
pitch
sweet
2,
poncho.
Judges low and away 3-2.
Robbie
So
Ray
you
still
have
active.
that, and then you have the Jets with Woody Johnson. So you have
Yeah, that's
three
all you
big-
need to say about that. I mean, T-Mobile in Seattle is a perfect example. They built that for the fans. They didn't build it like, but also it's a great park too.
Judge works his
Even
second
though
one.
that team stinks, but they
Yeah,
didn't
Vinny, you
stink.
know that area. You should take us to
Oh.
Seattle one year.
It's a great ballpark. And actually Lumen Field's very nice too.
Yeah.
Lumen Field's really nice.
It's
for the
always
Seahawks.
going to be CenturyLink.
It's always going to be CenturyLink for me too, but
Lumen Field.
Lumen now.
Ooh. That's as bad as the new Astros.
And it's always going to be Safeco for me too, but
yeah.
Yes. And Minute Maid.
And
Minute Maid Park, Heinz
And it's always
Field.
going to be Acrisure.
Heinz Field.
Man, Cody has a problem with the high pitches, man. He always wants to swing
does,
them.
yeah.
1-0 pitch to Cody. Fouled off, count 1-1.
He can't lay off those high pitches.
Oh, so we're getting a look at Michael K's chicken tender ratings.
Yes.
Gave Pittsburgh an
there we go.
8.1 and Detroit a 7.9.
Michael K is
I had Pittsburgh's. The first day they were a solid like 8.3. The second day they were like a 4.7. They were friggin' awful.
Did you get them from the same place?
No, I didn't. I tried the other place thinking they'd be better because it was a tenders place, but no, it was disgusting.
Yeah. He used to love the MSG tenders.
Pitchcom delay here. MSG's tenders they're okay.
Their
I give those like a
really
6.5.
Their pulled pork is both PNC and MSG.
We all know the undefeated stadium for tenders is Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium's
You
great.
cannot change my mind.
Yes, Armand. Yes, they have no budget whatsoever over there at all. Period.
No.
So
like most of the
1-1 pitch to Cody Bellinger, who looks high as a kite.
Yet they're probably the 11th or 12th biggest market in the country too, though.
Absolutely. So in Chicago and some of the other teams.
So 1-1 pitch.
They should definitely be spending more money.
They got to do some work on that infield. I don't know if you noticed on that pickoff attempt. There's some standing water behind first base.
Yeah, I see that.
They gotta work on that.
What about those tendies? They increased the price right after they didn't make the playoffs, $5. So
yeah.
Only the Yankees. The 1-1 is
what's the bucket cost now?
25.
25
plus tax. It's like 30 something. And if you want to get a soda or a beer, you're looking at $40 something right there.
What is that? 30s. They don't charge you $5 tax, Sean. That's
a high fly ball in the deep right and not deep enough. Well, I don't know. I haven't lived in New York in over a year. That's one for out number 2.
That was.
I don't remember, Alex. I haven't been there. I haven't been there in over a year. So with 2 outs, Anthony Volpe comes up to the plate. He scored the only run of the game.
Let's go Volpe.
Oh, Robbie Ray probably does not have too much further in this. He is got 73 pitches. Here's the first pitch for a strike count, 0-1.
What contracts are they asking fans to pay? This is a good point because there's no Soto.
Yeah.
Like Kyle Tucker?
Yeah.
The 0-1 outside.
Kyle Tucker. There's going to be a lot of people looking for him. I mean, it was Vlad. Now it's going to be Tucker. Vlad's gone.
Vlad got overpaid. I don't care what anybody says. He's not even worth $100 million.
I don't know that contract. That was very smart of them to do that. They gave him 380. Was it 384, 394 signing a bonus? Mm-hmm. But they gave it to him because he lives, I think, like Florida. So they gave it to him so it doesn't get taxed like Canadian, I guess.
Yeah, well, because Canadian taxes through the roof
and then
compared to
and
Florida.
then the rest of the money he gets per year. Yeah, it's a
Alex, I like when
$325 signing bonus.
I hate to interrupt, Vinny. I love when they show this because I know how much Alex hates it. That too slow thing, whatever, for Optimum or
Optimum.
too fast. Alex had Optimum, and he'll tell you about that experience.
It stinks. Don't ever get it.
2-2 pitches grounded to third.
Yeah,
that will end.
Tacos
Oh,
right.
Volpe
Yeah.
beats it out.
Ooh,
Nice play by Volpe.
Way to go. Way to hustle, Volpe. Oh, the double clutch by Chapman. That was what did it.
Well, you know what? That double clutch. That
double clutch.
probably wasn't
the ball was
intentional,
wet.
but
the ball was wet, probably.
Gotta love these random ass people viewing your profile
on
LinkedIn.
Taco, definitely. That Vlad contract was smart for both sides, for sure.
Well, here we go. Fuck.
Oh boy, we're about to see it.
Sean, did we not witness this in Pittsburgh? Why the fuck are you attempting a bunt with 2 fucking outs?
Oh god, and it's Chisholm, of course, because that's the only way they can get him to do anything. First pitch to Chisholm is a bunt attempt. It is foul. He threw the bat at it. He didn't even bunt at it. I'd say he threw the bat at it. That's gonna hurt though. That bunt hits the wrong spot. Your hand's gonna be vibrating. But no, logistically, Alex is right. That is a really stupid call.
I don't know why.
Who the fuck tells him that?
The analytics, Alex, the 0-1. Hit in the air. He actually made contact in the left field. Drifting, foul.
I mean, I know he sees Chapman.
Get that Astros fan out of here.
I know Chapman's playing back because it's 2 outs. Does he really think he's gonna bunt for a base hit there?
You can't,
because that's the only thing.
Catcher can just throw to third.
But I mean, if he gets it down in the middle, like if he gets it down good enough, there's no way Chapman can make the play. No, but there's no way Chapman can make that play.
But is that ball rolling or is that ball?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he puts a good bunt down, and it gets between the pitcher and third baseman.
It's like because the weather too, it's
right.
It's wet,
and if you get it between the pitcher and third baseman, you're okay because you probably with his speed beat it out. But I don't think bunting for a base hit does anything.
Left field and deep. Left fielder having a hard time tracking it. He makes a catch at the wall on the track to end the inning. So I can't fault Jazz there. He made good contact.
Was that Lamont out there? Or was that Helio? That's Helio.
We're officially a third of the way through this one after almost an hour and a half. We go to the top of the fourth. Giants lead 5-1. Yeah, this is dragging miserably right now.
Yeah, this game, I feel like I'm in quicksand right now. Like I'm drowning. I'm drowning. Bro.
But quickly for let's say
quickly. Wade played. I know. It looked like Helio. I'm sorry, that was my mistake.
You're good. Quickly for my channel viewers or anyone else who wants to use it. Not this ball game. You definitely don't want to go to this type of ball game, but you get $20 off your
free to enter
with the promo code Big Blue in the Bronx. That is, of course, on SeatGeek for concert tickets, parking passes, tailgate passes, and game tickets of any kind. So, Big Blue in the Bronx, $20 off your entire order with the promo code Big Blue in the Bronx.
I might have to use that.
We should use that for the Yankee game we all go to.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to overlay. There we go. Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, this is exciting. Is there anything good going on with SmackDown? Actually, we're due finally for a out-of-town scoreboard.
Scoreboard. I was literally just about to look at that. Okay, so the Pittsburgh Pirates are trailing the Cincinnati Reds on Apple TV 5-3.
Who is using Apple TV to watch that game? I'm sorry.
I would ask the same question.
Not me.
No, definitely not me. Tampa Bay is in the lead in the bottom of the 7th with a runner on 3rd and 2 outs against the Braves 5-1. The Marlins, they are in the lead over Washington 4-2 with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Chicago White Sox are beating up on the Boston Red Sox, so about all the Sox. 5-0 in the bottom of the 4th with the runner on 1st and 2 out. And then the Detroit Tigers, they're losing to the Minnesota Twins in the top of the 3rd, also on Apple TV. Runner on 1st, 2 outs. And then just end of the 3rd, Houston is up 1-0 on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
What they should be. Apparently the mayor of Anaheim is starting trouble with that again. Not trouble, because we support him, but
By the way, what's the White Sox? I'm not looking at the standings. I'm just looking at their record. What's the White Sox record there, Sean?
like
2-10.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, they were eliminated the day spring training.
I think they're eliminated now. Sean thinks they're going to be over 40 wins. I think they're going to be under.
We shall see.
I think they're going
First pitch to Tyler Fitzgerald is a strike count 0-1.
The Yankees have Ian Hamilton warming up in the bullpen, so
It's right. He's back.
to see some
That's
time.
in there for a ball count.
What is
1-1.
going on with the Braves?
Real quick, to add to the out-of-town scoreboard, in the Yankee minor league system, the Rail Riders and the Rochester Red Wings are tied at 3. That game's in the bottom of the 7th. In Double-A Somerset, looks like today's game was postponed between the Patriots and the Reading Fightin' Phils, as that's in for a base hit. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow. In High A, the Hudson Valley Renegades against the Brooklyn Cyclones has also been postponed. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 1. If you're in the New York City area, George Lombard Jr. is in Brooklyn for the weekend. And lastly, in Low A, Tampa, in the top of the 6th, the Tampa Tarpons trail Fort Myers by a score of 6-2. That's the minor league
really
system.
should consider going to that fucking Renegades game.
Yes, you should. I heard Lombard's been playing well down there, too.
Up
the bat is Yastrzemski.
Yeah, Armand. Definitely. Bailey and Lyra will be facing Liv and Raquel for the women's tag team titles at Mania.
Interesting.
Good call, Armand.
Yeah, Alex, I've been watching some of those games in Brooklyn. The stadium's been empty, so you could probably get in for like $5.
Yeah, I was trying to go on the Cyclone site, and it was like $44 for home plate. I said, "What are you talking about, $44?" I'm gonna look at it now, but they're probably just.
You should have been 44 from the start. We spent 15 in packed houses over there. 0-2 count on Yastrzemski. These two teams have the highest winning percentage of all time.
I want to go to the schedule, not the story, you moron.
Fouled off count 0-2. They're showing the old days of when the Polo Grounds in Yankee Stadium were separated by just 0.7 of a mile walking distance.
Yep.
They say actually the reason that the Polo Grounds was built so high was because they didn't like that you could see Yankee Stadium from the stadium itself. But now Polo Grounds obviously not there. That is a big projects area now in Harlem. Actually, my coworker's from that project in Polo Grounds. 1-2 on Yastrzemski. Runner on second, nobody out.
Why is MILB.com not working for me?
It'll be a 1-2. Yarbrough deals. That is launched down the line, foul. I wonder what do you think today with today's media would it be like if Dodgers and the Giants hadn't left? Obviously, the Mets wouldn't exist.
No, the Mets wouldn't exist. 3 teams in New York. Holy shit!
That would be the bragging rights would be crazy.
1 in Flatbush and 1 in Manhattan.
Especially after last year's World Series.
Yeah, we would have been. It would not have been fun,
especially for you, Alex.
Sometimes I like to forget that thing even happened, but
1-2 count. Yarbrough deals. That is launch foul. I actually saw a gentleman today at my job wearing a 1955 Brooklyn Dodgers jacket. If I wasn't helping a customer, I would have went and go asked him about it. It looked cool. Which team would Steve Cohen own? That's a very good question. I don't know because I don't.
I have a Brooklyn Dodger hat, actually.
So do the Twins.
Yes, on the compliments of Sean, I think, right?
Yeah, it was a birthday present.
Yeah.
See, I know.
And I believe Jackie Robinson Day is coming up.
Yes, it is. Actually, it's 4 days from now.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the first Yankee game I went to was Jackie Robinson Day.
It's a good day.
2012.
I always like that day.
1-2. Yeah, me too. That's a high fly ball in the deep right. Judge under it makes the catch. Yastrzemski holds. I'm sorry. Fitzgerald holds. Yastrzemski almost slid. He slid again coming out of home plate. Now they're showing footage of the old Candlestick Park
Candlestick.
I'm sorry, that stadium.
That was
always
by the way, yes, that was a crappy stadium. Talk
that
about
was a
drainage.
shithole.
That thing that could, I don't think that thing could
Well, they
drain
were
water.
actually in the pregame talking about that 62 World Series where they had to fly helicopters over the grass
Very
to try to get it to dry. That'll do it for Ryan Yarborough coming in now.
Not a bad outing for Yarborough.
No, not at all. Alex Jackson, we were just trashing him earlier. He just hit a 2-run home run for the Rail Riders.
Good.
Keep trashing him.
Yeah. Should I trash Stroman more? Will that do anything?
Yeah, maybe.
$30, by the way, to sit behind home plate.
That's not awful, but that's also kind of overpriced when you look at the weather.
Which team would, I don't know, Armand, who?
That's hard. I really
because he wouldn't have technically been would he have been a Met fan then?
No, because the Mets wouldn't exist.
Because they wouldn't have existed, right? That's interesting.
Dodgers,
now imagine
maybe.
a world
Dodgers, probably the Giants, I would say.
That's the only thing I would say because most Mets fans are only Mets fans because they hate the Yankees.
Because they hate the Yankees, right?
So it would have to come down to Giants or Dodgers, and I'd have to say Giants. The only thing that would beat if the Giants and the Dodgers were still in New York. Imagine if we had a team for every borough.
They would never allow that.
They wouldn't, but imagine how cool that would be. You could do that in the minor leagues.
Sean and I would have separate teams.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Me and you would hate each other.
Put Barbara's thing up. I'm dumb. What does that mean? The coldest winter I remember in the summer is the summer I spent in San Francisco.
Is that like an ad lib?
That is a much smarter
is that a rhetorical thing
than I and look, I'm a journalism I graduated with journalism degree and I'm baffled by that comment, but I love it, by the way.
I already know the name That Yankee, by the way. It's a guy that a lot of Yankee fans hate because Brian Cashman decided to prioritize him over Hideki Matsui.
Mark Twain, there you go. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was like, because that caught my eye for some reason. Okay.
I'm not sure of the name That Yankee.
Nick Johnson.
Was it Nick Johnson?
Oh,
yeah, he did go to the Expos, didn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I'm sorry, not the Expos. He went to the Nationals. I'm sorry.
Well, he was an Expo too, but
yeah, Nick Johnson.
Oh,
injury
right.
prone.
He was supposed to be.
Yeah, and then we had
the next.
The next guy.
The next guy. Wasn't he? No, he wasn't. Well, he was after.
Yeah, Hideki was treated miserably with that whole situation.
Yeah. Who did he come after?
William Adames comes up to hit.
I'm going to try to cue the timeline.
Yeah, because he was definitely after Tino, because Tino came right after Mattingly.
Yes. So
these camera guys. Shout out to the camera guys. They're showing all of them. He was hardworking people tonight.
He was drafted in '96. He made his debut in 01, stayed with the Yankees till 03, then went to the Expos Nationals in 04. Okay. Came back to the Yankees in 2010.
Okay.
On a 1 year, $5.5 million. And he didn't even play because guess what? Actually, no. He played a little bit and he had season-ending surgery.
He was Greg Bird, basically.
Yeah.
I would argue he was worse than Greg Bird.
Worse than Greg Bird, yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
At least Greg Bird had a playoff home run against Andrew Miller.
He did.
Yeah. Swung on and missed by Adames. Count 0-1. Yeah, it seemed like there were a lot of people upset about that, Barb, that Wells play wasn't a home run. We got to look at the rule book and see what that says.
Yeah, I don't know what the rule is if it hits the top of the wall, though.
Grounded to third, fires to first for the out, fires back to third, chance at 2. They get it, double play.
Stupid idiot. Why would you do that?
Yeah, you don't.
That will end the inning.
Why did that dude run?
I don't know what he was trying to do, but nonetheless, inning over. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Yankees down 5-1.
Yeah, because you always stay.
What's that saying about third base?
Did he think that he was going to beat Volpe to the bag?
I don't see how he
would.
Because
the third baseman left. Volpe was heading towards third base, but he was behind. That's so stupid.
What's that saying about third base? Never make the last out at third base.
Never make the last out at third, but I mean, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure his third base coach wasn't telling him to go.
No, probably not.
Yankees,
Not to
Barber's
mention with the wet-
Barber's being very, very optimistic. Glass is
I'm
half
not.
full. Barber, you are the glass is half full person tonight.
She's not wrong though. We've seen crazier things before.
Yeah,
It's
especially
only
with the
4
weather.
runs.
With
Yeah.
the weather. Yeah.
Well, that actually kind of makes me question another reason why he would run the
Hobby
third because
Vasquez, I remember that. Oh, that was bad.
yeah.
That was bad. That was bad.
Those are some things we try to forget.
God.
No.
That Hobby Vasquez deal. Jeez. That was interesting.
No, fucking no.
That was almost as good as the Melito Perez trade.
Mhm.
We can never forget Carl Pavano though.
No, that Carl Pavano
No.
thing. But then didn't he go to somewhere and was actually pretty decent
Let me look.
after us?
Ray hasn't been great tonight, really. No, he hasn't. His command really hasn't been there, and I think again, that has a lot to do
The
with
weather.
rain.
Yeah, the weather probably. Kind of.
He went to Cleveland and then he went to Minnesota up until 2012.
Okay.
So in the Royals Guardians game, there was a foul tip strikeout where I think that's Jonathan India. It hit the knob of the bat and right into the catcher's glove to end the inning. Oh, I'm sorry, not in the glove, in his bare hand.
Oh, he wasn't
y'all
even.
I don't know.
Alex, I sent it to you on
Fitzgerald
Instagram.
didn't even leave. Barely left second base. What the hell?
I don't know what he was trying.
He
for.
wasn't even gonna beat him there at all. Oh my God! What an idiotic play that was. Holy crap!
Yeah, that's definitely got some Giants fans.
Oh, that's right. He was going out with Alyssa Milano. I remember that.
I didn't even know that. And
I remember that. I do remember that.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, Alyssa Milano broke up with him though. So yeah.
The heavy rain has forced a lot of fans to their
it's the
seat.
the power of a woman, Barbara. The power of a woman.
Yes. So we're about an inning and a half away from this being official if they do decide to go to a delay.
I'm kind of rooting for it, honestly.
Let's put up 5 in this inning. Let's get Devin Williams to bounce back next inning, and that's game. How's that sound?
We're gonna.
Wait, do we have to see Devin Williams at all?
If he pitches good, yes. If he pitches good. Priest and Drew are brawling. Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yes, Priest and Drew are definitely. And
Drew Priest, our favorite wrestler.
Drew is wearing a patch, or was wearing a patch.
Yeah, because he had a glass in his eye after the getting put to the table.
He's got the
CM Punk walking by and laughing at him was so funny. that like made my night when he did that. Pitched to Wells in for a strike, 1-1. Yeah, Damian Priest. For those who don't know, he's our channel's favorite wrestler. The Yankee wrestling. Yeah, the Yankee
Armand. Didn't it look like what's his name? Like basically threw Priest into those stairs. He just basically took his arm, pushed him forward, and basically said, "Okay, hit him with the stairs."
Armand, we agree. We agree.
That was so funny. Yes.
2-1.
We do need a second.
Fires the first out, number 1.
Oh my God, what is going on?
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, he's got him. Oh, I gave him a. Oh.
So up the bat now, Oswald Peraza.
Yes. See, Armand agrees with me. He basically, that dude threw him. Well, who was that? He was a former wrestler. What's his name? He wears a suit now. You know who he is, Sean.
Pitches in there for a strike. I'm trying to think. I don't remember.
Short guy with the. Oh my God, I forgot his name.
Short guy.
He wears a suit. Now
we're doing. I like how we not on top of name that Yankee, name that wrestler.
Name that wrestler. Who is that guy? I forgot his name anyway. But
I'm sure Armand is probably typing it right now.
I'm sure Armand is. Jamie Noble. That's right. Jamie Noble.
Yes, the security guy.
The security guy.
The former guy from J&J Security.
Basically took his arm and said, "Here you go." Served him up right for.
Oh, that was he was hilarious when Seth finally brings them out after he stabs the Shield in the back. He goes, "I found two guys better than Roman and Dean Ambrose. Here is J&J Security." Oh, that was funny. 2-2 count. The rain continues to pour in the Bronx. I give massive props to the grounds crew. They have done a hell of a job at keeping this playable because most situations they don't play in this type of rain.
No, definitely not.
No.
2-2 count on Peraza.
Hello, Yankees country. How are you?
How you doing, Yankees country? Minus the game itself, but that's upstairs.
Salute.
Robbie Ray still battling.
On deck is Trent Grisham. 3-2 to Peraza. Fouled off ball 4. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Yeah, that was close enough though to swing.
Yeah, it's pretty much how we feel. Been a tough one, but we're making the most of it. We're having Vinny giving us some side commentary on SmackDown here and there. 3-2 pitch. Pop foul again. Reminder, our next stream for the Pinstripes and Pile Drivers podcast will be Sunday at 1:30 when the Giants take on the Yankees in the third game in what we hope to be a rubber match.
Keyword is hope, folks.
Swung on and missed strike 3.
Oof.
Robbie Ray's 6th strikeout of the game. And of course, don't forget next week is a big one as it will be WrestleMania weekend. We will be streaming nights 1 and 2. Night 2, we'll do our best. We may be a little late. It is Easter Sunday, so we will. Good thing is show starts at 7. I think I know pretty sure I can make it in time for night 2. That's in there for a strike count 0-1. Yeah, Vinny, we got to get at least one more wrestling video in before
yeah, definitely.
WrestleMania.
Definitely.
Yankees country wants to know if it would be okay if he posts a Yankees Discord.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I don't mind. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Warming up is Bivens again in the Giants pen.
Still raining like crazy there.
It should continue.
Yeah.
It should get worse.
Holy cow.
0-2 pitch. Outside 1 and 2.
Good take.
Meanwhile, in the booth, they're not nice and warm. They got the window open, but Vinny, we've done a couple of those rain games. We know how hard that is.
Yeah. I look at Kay wearing the winter hat there. The winter
Caught
beanie.
looking strike 3. Wells does not like the. Excuse me.
That was a
Grisham
good.
does not like
That was
the
a
call.
good. That was a good pitch.
It was a very good pitch to end
close.
the inning.
Yeah, that was good. That's a veteran pitch right there. That's a Robbie Ray special.
We go to the top of the 5th. Yankees still trail 5-1.
Yeah, I have to head out, guys. So.
All right, Vinny. Well, it was a pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will see you Sunday afternoon for Game 3. What we hope to be Game 3 of this 3-game set between the Yankees and the Giants. Have a good night, Vinny.
You too.
Vinny.
Take care, guys.
No, we would have hoped by this point he would have at least seen 2/3 of the game. He didn't even get to see
Fucking
half.
dragging.
Oh, lordy lord.
Ugh. Well, if you haven't already, please sub up to Gangrene Crons. That's Luca and Vinny's new channel.
Yes.
If you haven't already, do it because I'm not going to be happy if you don't. So go.
Yes, you'll regret it if you don't.
Yeah.
That may
Or
have been
me
a
and Sean
threat.
will make you, or I mean, Sean and I will make you regret it.
Yes. Yes, we're terrible people. We know.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
boy.
I'm gonna get through these next few innings.
Alex, if this game goes into a delay before it's official, I'm gonna cry. we may play your ad over and over again until it's time.
Yeah, and the trailer too.
We might as well at this point. Well, hopefully in the bottom of the 5th they can mount the comeback.
Hopefully, keyword.
Hopefully, or bottom of the 5th. Yep. Yes, I agree, but the problem is I feel like they're just going to use the weather as a bad excuse.
Yeah, no,
between the cold and
Yankees are always full of excuses, so. Especially Aaron Boone's Yankees.
so Jung-Ho Lee leads off for the Giants with Ian Hamilton on the mound. Lee with that big home run back in the first. 1 for 2 on the day, hitting 340 on the year.
Insane. Well, that includes his big hit, obviously.
Yes. The 0-1 inside count 1-1. I got a football question for you after this pitch.
Cool.
And it's not NFL related.
Interesting.
The 1-1 from Hamilton. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Count 1 and 2.
Sean's going to try to ask me what UFL team I'm rooting for.
No, actually, no. What are you looking for in tomorrow's Notre Dame spring game?
Well, is Angeli still there or no?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be our quarterback this year, which I'm super excited for. I just hope the weather ain't an issue.
Or else you're going to see a shit ton of running.
We might get a snow spring game.
Yep.
Imagine that. No, they probably move it indoors. Probably cancel it. Inside 2 and 2.
Do some stuff like that.
What are you looking for if they do play tomorrow?
I'm just looking for. I mean, I'd like to see a solid defense and a solid running game, but I want some like decent quarterback play.
The good thing is I believe Jeremiah Love is coming back this year. That's going to be a huge plus. 2-2. Launch down the line, foul. He reminds me of Ichiro, the way he's just throwing his hands at it.
He's coming out of the box with the lefty swing. I know day 1 will definitely be live, Yankees country. Day 2, I know I'm going to be live. Mr. Afram, what's going on, Mr. Afram?
3 and 2. What up, Afram?
Day 3, I'm working on a couple of different things to be live because I know I want to get some content creators from other teams on to get their perspective because day 3 is an extremely long day.
You'll hear from me about my sad Steelers, so there is that day 1.
Yeah.
3-2 pitches fouled off.
And what they decided to do at 20.
I can't wait. I have never been more down going into a football season in my life.
And you don't even know who your starting quarterback is.
No, I don't. They could trade for Pat Mahomes and somehow they'd still go 9-8. 3-2, upstairs, ball 4. And just like that, Lee reaches on a walk.
Yay.
So they show the bullpen budget. Just about everybody except for Devin Williams will be available tonight. Williams threw 33 pitches.
Devin Williams in the game anyway.
And obviously Yarborough done for the day, so. Chapman has reached on 2 walks. He's up to the plate now as he fouls that one off. Once again, shout out to the Yankee fans that went tonight.
Yeah.
If you are sitting through this, you deserve a free game, free chicken bucket, whatever, because it is still pouring over there.
Yeah, I hear it from outside. It's not an easy fight.
Everything's probably snow covered where I'm living, but I'm going to pretend I don't see it. So I remember my dad saying if I didn't see it, it didn't happen. So
yeah.
I'm on Chapman.
I'm gonna replay the trailer at the end of the 5th. At the end of the 5th, the top of the 5th.
Gotcha. The 0-2
to re-advertise.
Up and away. Count 1 and 2.
Yeah, disgruntled. I guess you're liking that Geno Smith trade.
The only thing is he doesn't really have a whole lot around him, right?
I mean, their O-line is halfway decent. I would assume at 6 they're taking some sort of a weapon.
I agree, Afram.
Whether that's Tet McMillan or Ashton Genty.
In low for a ball, count 2 and 2. Yeah, I agree, Afram, 100%. He wants to be a Yankee, fine. He could do it from the concession stand.
Yeah, he could be sweeping up the fucking clubhouse to clean up his shit mess.
You get to wear the blue and white pinstripe jersey.
Yep. Selling beer up and down the fucking aisle.
Yes, the 2-2 from Hamilton. Fouled off. Like I said, I don't I've briefly looked at social media a few times. All I've been seeing is Yankee fans just tearing him apart, which
As he should.
rightfully deserve when you consider all the smack that he talked going into spring training, and he's done nothing with it. Pitches outside 3-2.
Nonsense.
I'm at a point where I'd have no problem just cutting our losses with them. I don't even care. Buy out his contract, like do
DFA.
something. Let him play in AAA or something, like just anything, anywhere but this rotation.
DFA is definitely, hopefully, on the
3-2
table.
is in the dirt. That's ball 4. Chapman has the hat trick of walks.
No, watch. Stroman leaves the organization. He gets DFA'd. He's going to call the Yankees fucking racist.
You're not wrong. Oh boy.
No little
Ashton
bitch
Dente or
mentality.
Raider Nation riots. Yeah, I can see that. Well, Raider fans riot anyway, so that's. So Matt Blake will come out and.
I mean, you don't want Ted McMillan. You don't want somebody for Gino to throw to. Tim Hill is up.
So actually, Alex, on this day in Yankee history,
I know what you're going to say.
You know exactly what I'm going to say. Marks 7 years since Tyler Austin versus Joe Kelly.
Yeah.
Who remembers that fateful night? All of us getting yelled at because we were screaming at the TV.
Yeah. I mean, what's interesting about that, because I remember exactly how everything went down. It was a Wednesday. I think it was a Wednesday or a Thursday.
It was a Wednesday because I remember we lost the first game of that series.
Yeah.
That was the second. That was the middle game of that 3-game set.
And Ramos just slipped getting out of the batter's box, so that should tell you the shape the field is in. But yeah, I remember I was watching Law and Order, and then all of a sudden you hear this fucking commotion upstairs. We were in that farmhouse, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And Luca's telling me, and then you're screaming on the mic, and your dad was screaming, and your
My
mom's
mother's
like,
yelling at us to shut up.
Shut up! You're gonna get the cops here. Then my sister was telling us to shut up. You stop acting like this because when we move to New York, there's not going to be acting like this because Grandma and Grandpa. Meanwhile, every time in the 2023 season, Luca would fucking scream at the TV because of the Jets. My grandmother's like, well, that brings me life, so I like hearing you scream. So,
yeah, that was an interesting night. And what was nice was we did win. We lost the series, but I remember we did win that
game, yeah. And then I remember we getting questioned about. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of people that questioned about it going into school because nobody knew fucking
Well, no,
baseball.
we didn't. Our school was not a baseball school. Actually, our teachers were more baseball fans than our classmates were.
Yeah. No, because it was the Eagles, and then it was nothing else.
Fucking Eagles.
The Eagles.
Yeah, I did see that, Taco. I did see that.
Yeah.
See, Alex, wasn't it nice when we went to Pittsburgh last week to actually come to a part of the state where there's sane football fans?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Steeler fans were a little delusional, but at least we're not going to beat you up outside the stadium or throw batteries or snowballs at you. Aaron Boone comes out, that's going to do it for Ian Hamilton.
Afram. He pitched 1/3 of an inning night. He's got 139 and 2/3 to go.
Nice. Alex, we're almost 2 hours into this game, and it's not halfway over.
As you said, pitch clock ain't doing its job. Stroman
no, not tonight.
57 ERA. You just plug that into the...
Yeah. Did you have the milkshake factory last week?
I didn't tell you I did? Well, I mean, I remember I sent you the picture. It was very good. It was very good.
It was a very cool spot.
Yeah. And it's not like one of those too many like yuppie puppy pet shop things. Not really.
No, it was locals.
Shop, but like it's been like in stage for over 100 years. So that's what I appreciate.
Yeah. We love businesses like that.
Yeah.
And it sucks, Alex. Nice. It figures we find out that there was a Brooklyn-owned pizza shop on the same block that we were essentially staying on.
Yeah, that I didn't know.
Yeah, I was a little irritated when I saw that.
And then obviously Armand. I mean, we didn't get to go to it. Armand recommended Beto's or whatever their name is.
Yeah.
But that won't be my last time in Pittsburgh.
It's definitely not gonna be my last time. I'm actually thinking about after going to this trip. I'm gonna try to go to a Steeler game this year.
Yeah.
That's not the one at MetLife.
Yeah,
we are going to go to the one in MetLife.
We're dragging Luca to that one
against his will.
You're free to come if you want. Obviously,
we're gonna have to tell Luca we're gonna take him to I don't know what's his favorite place.
We can tell him we're taking him to Six Flags.
There we go. In the middle of December, whenever they play this game.
Indoor Six Flags.
Yes, we did. We saw Andy Pettit is the pitching coach for Team USA. Looking forward to that. That's the second time he's doing that.
Yes, Armand is right.
Yes.
Armand is right. Armand's never been to PNC, though, which is kind of odd.
Well, we can always go back to PNC again. It doesn't have to be for a Yankee game either. No. That ballpark was so good. A Yankee fan said it. We were walking behind some Yankee fans, and the guy said it best. He said, if I lived here, I'd be here every day. Yeah. That's how great that ballpark was. Yeah, I can't wait for the WBC. WBC is one of those things I wish was every year, but I get why it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, also, Donald's been to Pittsburgh, so he's been talking about going back. So,
yeah, one of my regular customers said had it not been in April, he would have been going, but he said his old bones could not handle the weather, which I understand. Because for those who don't know, when we were planning this whole trip out, we were planning as if we were going to a football game, heavy jackets and multiple layers, which we kind of had to do Sunday, but we were expecting worse.
Yeah. But you were expecting 30-degree weather.
We were expecting to not even see a game, to tell you the truth, looking at the weather all week. It was they were calling for rain.
And they stuck both games out, so I'm happy.
Yeah, we got lucky. We definitely got lucky.
Which hopefully
pitch from Hill up and in, almost got Wade.
This fall for a Penguins game.
Nice. Was there anybody in the chat who got to see Pat McAfee's big night the other night? That shit was great. I loved it. The only thing I didn't like was Jelly Roll singing Renegade. He butchered that song so badly.
I only saw the beginning of Renegade.
Yeah, no, literally it's the best stadium I've ever been to. I will go that far. I mean, then again, I've only been to 3 stadiums.
Yeah, no, PNC
4 stadiums now.
PNC is as exactly as it's advertised.
Yeah. And that's why I feel for the fans.
Yeah,
we talked to a bunch of Pirates fans. I made a joke, obviously being a Steelers fan. I said, if you swap Tomlin out, get him as a manager, you could at least go 81-81, and the fans would be like, "Oh, the people we were talking about, oh, I'd kill for that." I feel for Pirates fans.
I know this kind of turned into a podcast, so I'm just going to say what happens. Tim Hill works a walk on Lamonte Wade, so we got the bases loaded and 1 out. He hated not
anything to get to halfway is just not happening. I'm waiting for them to call a rain delay right now and make us wait for the end of this one.
Something tells me that they're trying to get to that bottom of the 5th.
They're trying to finish this inning because at least then if they go to a delay, they can call it. But yeah, we didn't really. I did say the one thing we really didn't get to do.
You fucking moron!
Alex, tell us what happened.
Dude, chop back to the pitcher. How do you not throw the fuck home?
Oh,
he went to first.
God, why?
What the fuck are you doing? You still would have had time. You zip that throw home, he's out. You fucking moron.
He thought about it. Yeah, great. That really benefits. Oh, God. Shout out to Sky in the chat.
Fucking J.K. Simmons. What's up, Coach Ed? What's happening? For those of you
the one thing we
didn't
didn't
announcement at 8, you're gonna get it replayed. Holy shit, it's been an hour. What the fuck are we doing?
Alex, you might as well do commentary at this point because you're
wild pitch inside. Guess what? Runner moves to third.
Stop the game.
7-1 fucking Giants.
Alex is not happy about a Giants victory so far.
No, I haven't been. unhappy about a Giants victory since October.
Oh
But
God,
for those of
Wells
you,
didn't even try to get in front of that.
like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Anywho.
Well, yeah, Alex is advertising. I'll let him
Yeah,
finish.
it's been
what
an
he was
hour
saying.
and a half since my advertisement. Hard to believe that. But if you didn't see it at 8 o'clock, I'm going to be representing it after this inning, whenever it ends. So just stick
Whenever we
around.
get to it, which would be
Oh,
funny if
looks
we
like
go
it's
to a
not going to
rain
end
delay.
now. Base hit right field for Patrick Bailey, and he's got a double. Oh,
Got to
my
bring in
God.
2, right?
Can we call this game now?
Can we just? It's not even official yet.
This sucks.
This is painful.
Every one of our pitchers is getting battered. Hamilton can't get it out.
I mean, I get it, the
Stroman
weather,
stinks.
but
Tim Hill has turned into Rich Hill. Oh my God! So, just stay tuned. I know
I'm
you're
about to
all
check the
people.
Knicks game at this point.
Luca was literally just saying, "Oh, you could check the Knicks game." But
Yeah,
at
I
the
don't
end of
even
the
want to
inning,
look at that either. I'm gonna take a
yeah.
look real
But
quick.
at the end of the inning, I'll be
Never mind.
presenting.
I'm not.
Or if you didn't check the community notes or the Twitter, or if any
Never
of you
mind. I'm
have
not
me,
getting the Knicks game tonight, so forget that.
Yeah. All right.
MSG.
Grounded to second, Chisholm fires over Goldschmidt, and that's the final out. But a few more runs for San Francisco. We got Goldschmidt, Rice, and the rest of them. So,
oh, please
all right.
let this game end.
Please. I've never rooted for a game to end like this. But anyway, with that said, let's replay the mini advertisement. And for anyone who needs
Sorry,
clarification,
trying to take it down.
you're good. I'll be happy to clarify.
Jaguar Stadium. No, not Jaguar Stadium. I handcuffed you.
All the guys that I know by hand, we didn't do yet. Let's go. We got the rosters today. Tomorrow, we know what we're walking into.
300 plus volunteers that really make this game different from the other All-Star games. Just being in this city for as long as it has been.
All right, so just for clarification before we get back to this garbage game, for a digital media class, I wanted to pen it for originally. The digital media class never saw it, so when we went to Alabama, I decided to document everything we did on a football production and journalism aspect, so you'll be seeing a lot of fun behind-the-scenes footage, documentary of everything, for most of everything that we did back in Mobile in the months of January and February. And of course, I was right. Nick Johnson is the player.
We're getting a Alex and Luca documentary before GTA 6, folks.
Yes.
And they only started this back in 2020, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I never
Factor that in. No disrespect to you.
I didn't think I would. I didn't think I would make a documentary. I mean, I've made vlogs, but I haven't made a documentary So, sink your teeth into that. April 16th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when it will premiere.
I will say, Alex, I was trying to get to the point before the Yankees had that blow up in the 5th inning. One thing we did not get to do a lot of in Pittsburgh, which I hope we get to do the next time, get to try some more food spots. Actually, we didn't try any food spots, if you think about it, aside from the stadium.
Milkshake, that was it.
The only one. Although you got to admit, my steak was pretty good.
Well, yes, it was good.
You almost forgot. How dare you?
Yeah.
So Spencer Bivens is the new pitcher for the Giants. He's got a 7.36 ERA, folks. There's hope.
There's hope. Yeah.
There's hope.
Why am I just getting
the rain is blowing sideways in the pitcher's face, by the way, so that actually
and
could play to their advantage.
Nose is as red as a tomato. Absolute joke.
Yeah, this just feels like one of those games where neither team wants to be there.
Aaron Boone should just approach Lance Barksdale and say, "We're not playing after this inning." Because even if this rain were to stop, the Yankees are not coming back from 8-1. I hate to tell you.
Not these Yankees. That's them
No,
first strike. Count
never.
1-1. And the worst part is this rain is like it's going to continue all night. I don't know. I don't think this game finishes all the way, which I'm okay with. Is that's somehow a strike? Count 1 and 2. I I forget who it was who commented. I think they're just aiming to finish this inning and then they're gonna.
Please do me some justice. I mean, I gotta be up like Sean tomorrow early.
Yeah, at like 5 a.m. Yep.
If this game was at least enjoyable.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't care how late this game goes. I'd stay up all the way through. I know. We were in 4th grade.
No, we were in 5th grade, bro.
No, 4th.
No, we were in 5th grade.
4th.
This man's really about
we went through this.
We were
Either way, we were children.
Grade. Strike 3, Goldschmidt looking at absolutely nothing. We were in 5th grade.
I'm not arguing. I'm too tired.
Fall
Upstairs.
2013, spring of 2014. Spring of 2014 is when the Yankees signed Masahiro Tanaka. Well, that's when he started pitching.
I told you I'm not arguing with you. I don't feel like...
He knows I'm right.
Oh. That's... What are you looking at? That's right. Okay. I'm not going to get mad anymore.
They gave up.
They're just trying to finish this game. Which, I'm sorry. I know it's April. This kind of effort from the Yankees is really pissing me off.
Stinks. Well,
I don't care what the weather's like. I don't care if it's April 6th. You play to the end, and they are not. They just want to go home.
Well, yeah, but this is the Yankees' conservative way of playing for games that are for saving their energy for games in July. Meanwhile, they don't.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Meanwhile, they don't have the pitching staff to be able to attain that.
Not to mention, Taco, that we can't even get a second trailer.
No.
They would have given us one trailer, and that was 2 years ago, almost.
And then the first footage was leaked.
That's the whole reason they released the trailer. The trailer was actually supposed to release on my birthday, but because of all the leaks, they just released it a day early.
By the way, I forgot to mention the New York Knicks have officially clinched the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference and will play the Detroit Pistons in round 1 of the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, let's not shit the bed like we did last night against Detroit.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that.
I didn't get to see it, but I heard about it.
You might live longer.
This Knicks team's got me nervous because you asked me, this is their chance. This has to be their chance. This is the first time we're healthy.
And fouled back.
Did they? What's the score in the Cleveland game? Did they win or?
Let's see. 86-82, 9:49 left.
Who's leading?
The Knicks.
Knicks.
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
A long way from over in that one. I'm not getting the game here, so I cannot watch it. As that's popped up.
You're not getting the game
home plate
on Fubo.
MSG's not showing it. I don't know what they do. That MSG will show like 85% of the games, and then for some random reason they'll put on something else.
That's interesting.
Usually with Rangers interference, but not tonight. I don't know what it is, but it's hit or miss. 3-2 pitch to Rice. Line foul. I know that hurt. That inside pitch, his hands are definitely vibrating.
It's not a good feeling, folks.
Oh, no, we know that feeling very well with the metal bats. Alex, if you remember, we started Little League season in early March.
And it was like cold, snowy bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, weren't those fun days? I mean, they were fun days, but weather-wise, they were
especially not. If you didn't hit it at the chunkiest part of the bat, your hands...
With a metal bat, you were feeling that for at least 3 innings. Inside ball 4.
Someone told me, I don't know how true this is, if you grip the bat more, it lessens the vibration in the...
I would assume it would hurt more.
I don't know how... I think I tried
I've never tested that theory as Judge comes up.
Yeah, I'm not... I mean... Can't remember the last time I saw a fucking bat, so I'm not...
Yeah, we gotta... Next time I'm in New York, we gotta get to a park and play. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Even if it's not competitively, I just want to swing a bat again. Or even next time you come up too. You gotta remember, I got 2 baseball fields not too far from here. 0-1 count on Aaron Judge. Here's the pitch outside. Yeah, don't forget, Alex. You gotta get up here for a Scranton game too. I know I say
Yes.
that almost every stream, but
No, that needs to be
Like I said-
that could be done easy on a weekend or something.
yeah, me and Calvin, like I said, we were talking about going tomorrow, but because of the weather, timeout
It's
by
just
Judge.
not in the cards.
No, and you know what? I wouldn't mind going. He wouldn't mind going, but his girlfriend. The problem is she will put herself through whatever. I'm not doing that to her. That would not be nice.
Nah, there's no reason.
She's done a lot of tough trips. That's one I won't put her through that. So
That's completely fine. I mean the week. I don't know that I'd want to do it, but like the weekend after I graduate, it depends on a few things. One,
yeah,
I'll
I got
tell
a few things to fill you in on afterwards.
Yeah, I have something to fill you in on after as well. Okay,
We're just
Afrom's the next
gaslighting the
one
poor
on
chat.
MSG.
I'm sorry, chat.
Well,
yeah, for whatever
yeah.
reason, and now remember, Afram,
Yeah,
if you
he's
don't
in.
know, I live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
It's
this guy right
some
here.
days I get it, some days I don't. Today
And he's on Fubo, so you know.
I get MSG, but I only get one version of MSG, so unfortunately, I'm not getting the game tonight. 1-2 count on Judge inside. By the way, Alex, I don't know if you know, for anybody in the chat who does not have Prime, they are putting 2 straight games on Prime next week. The last game of the Rays series, the Royal series, first game of the Rays series. Both games are on Prime, so if you don't have Prime, you're going to miss Wednesday and Thursday's game.
Yeah, before the season.
Judge tied up there, pops this one in the right center. Catch will be made. Almost dropped it. Out number 2. Alex.
Like there was a point like within this calendar year I was considering canceling my Prime, but then I realized, oh yeah, the Yankees.
The Yankees, and then Thursday Night Football.
Lovely.
But I'm still not paying for Apple. I will not pay for Apple for one game every 3 months.
3 weeks.
I won't do it. I'll go old school and listen to the radio. I don't care. I'm not paying for
I used
Apple.
to have Apple TV for free, or at least I don't know if I still do. I don't think I have it for free anymore because I have a Mac. Yeah, I only use it for Yankee games and my flight to Europe and back. Really, my flight back.
Yeah, I heard about that Derek Carr stuff, Taco. That they said his season might be over, which
he is.
I hope he's okay, but that might actually be better for the Saints.
That's probably why they should probably take they'll take a quarterback in the first 2 rounds.
You don't trust Spencer Rattler? I think he's their quarterback. I don't remember.
Nice guy. I wouldn't trust him.
1-0 pitch.
He's not even their regime's quarterback.
Count 1-1 on Bellinger.
He's from the prior regime, so it's going to be Kyle Oletta 2.0.
Yes, because we all want to see that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Alex. I wish your team was on Hard Knocks this year. I think they could be, but your QB room would be entertaining enough.
It would be entertaining. They just picked the wrong year.
You got the Italian stallion.
You know the Giants fucking won an award for that. The HBO with the Giants won a fucking award. I'm dead serious. Let's look it up. Hold on. I'm going to try to get
I did not know that.
Knox.
As Bellinger pops this one up, this should end the inning.
It should be award for biggest fucking circuit. Here we go. HBO Hard Knocks off-season with the New York Giants has been nominated for a Sports Emmy Award.
Nice. You know, actually, I heard the rule with the training camp with Hard Knocks is completely gone. Everybody's eligible now. Which, I'll tell you the truth. After the first 2 episodes of Hard Knocks, when the Steelers collapsed, I didn't watch a single episode. I still don't plan on it.
You're talking about the one in season?
Yeah, the AFC North one. But no, now for training camp, everybody's eligible. So
I don't.
That's good for you, Alex, because that lessens your chances of them being on there again. But I know they canceled the off-season Hard Knocks because no team wants to go through that again.
No.
A young fan getting the ball. Shout out to him. You love to see it. I'm at that point now where if I go to a ball game, if I get a ball, I'm giving it to a kid. I don't.
Yeah.
I got no purpose to keep it.
I mean, I might, but
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Taco's right.
Yeah, to think I met that guy.
Yes.
Strike
2-2 count.
No,
swung on and missed strike 3. So this game is official. We'll see if they keep playing. We're through 5. 8-1.
Because we're already, Sean, think of it this way, right? We're 2 hours 44 into it. That's a normal game.
Yes.
2 hours 44 on the
if this
timer.
game started on time, we'd be.
It might be close to over by now.
Honestly, though, Alex, at the pace this one's going, I don't know.
Well,
but you're not wrong.
Yeah, different situations, all that nonsense.
Well, and then.
I wouldn't see unless the Falcons cut Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't see.
There was rumors that the Steelers might trade for him, but apparently that was shot down.
I mean, just like how much can he move is my question.
Because especially behind a bad offensive line like that, it won't end well.
The Steelers, the Saints, and the Browns I see as like the biggest suitors. But the Browns just got old man Joe Flacco back, so
yeah, with
Kenny
Pickett. That's a QB room. Yeah.
One dude from Delaware, one dude from Pennsylvania.
Actually, no, he's from Jersey, technically.
Well, he went to school in Delaware.
Yeah, but yeah, yes. He was only maybe a couple minutes from Philly, so I would start a petition to have Philly kick to Jersey. Let them be their problem.
But this pace, SmackDown will finish before this game.
I said that earlier in the night. You're unfortunately right. Armand, let me know if there's anything good that's happening on SmackDown.
Is Rodgers going to
the White Sox are up 7-1 on the Red Sox. You love to see it. At least we're getting blown out by a good team. The Red Sox right now, WEEI should be very entertaining tomorrow morning.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say definitely Rodgers going to Steelers. Whenever he makes up his mind, I don't know.
But I don't know why we're catering to him, but
I know Luca told me that he's willing to give his Rodgers jersey to you, Sean.
Of course he would. And because I'm such a good friend, I'd probably take it too.
The draft will be over before this game.
You know what's amazing, Alex, is all of my quarterbacks from this past season are on your guys' team, and I'm gonna get one of the Luca's court. We got 2 hits tonight. So Yoendris Gomez is the pitcher.
So when do they call it?
The problem is, Alex, is once they start the inning, they have to finish the entire inning. So that means we're at least guaranteed 6 now.
Stupid. Ugh.
If I was rich, I'd be buying every fan a free beer.
No,
beers would be on me tonight. Like if I had not to get us canceled, but if I had say Andrew Tate money, I'd be buying everybody in that stadium a beer.
Yeah.
It's just a reference. Don't cancel me.
Yeah.
I think
Elon
if I
money.
I was gonna say if I use Elon, that might be worse.
Elon, Charles Schwab, pick your fucking billionaire.
Yeah, exactly. So if I got us canceled, I apologize. It was a comparison. If Rodgers retires, then they already said they're okay with Mason Rudolph being their quarterback. It's just, you know what? It's stupid because we should have never let him go because he actually played decent for us that last year. So you basically proved that you don't believe in him, but now you do. Stupidity.
He just.
Which, by the way, to throw a wrench into this whole Rodgers thing, the whole reason they're considering Rodgers is because Tomlin wants him. Meanwhile, they said Tomlin has no control over the roster. So,
which wouldn't make any sense because the head coach should have control over who his quarterback.
He should at least have a say in it, but they say he doesn't even have that.
Which
but obviously that's a fat load of bullshit. But yeah, so run around first after the walk. This poor kid Gomez has actually been really good over his first 3 games, and his ERA is going to get destroyed because they're making him pitch in this friggin' weather.
They get fucking torched.
One-zero pitch. Gomez deals. Way upstairs.
Danny Cunningham is on the top step. So I don't know what that means.
Guess we'll never. Well, the pitching coach is coming out. They're complaining. I think they want a delay.
I think I want to call this game.
Yeah, they got the grounds crew ready to go.
Yeah, as I said,
But the
Cunningham.
problem is they already started the inning. I think unless the Yankees concede, they would have to finish the inning. The whole inning. This just was one of those games where, like I said, neither team wanted to be there, but the Giants still showed more heart. Yeah, look at the way that rain is coming down. I don't see this going much further. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they call it immediately.
Please do.
Well, there. Well, Alex, this would conserve the pen a little.
Yeah, not in the right way, but yes.
No, not even close to the right way. Not even, though, because we used 4 pitchers already, so we really didn't even achieve that. So it looks like as of now, we're going to keep playing. Alex, this is the perfect opportunity. I don't think you had the video saved. Remember when we were at the rain delay on 4th of July, and one of you, I think it was you, decided to sit in the rain, and we told you to look miserable, and we got a picture of it? I don't know if you still have that.
I have it somewhere in the archives.
I was going to say, that perfectly feels like this game.
Let's see, 2020 tree. On July 4th, no less.
Brad says this game is totally on you, Alex, by the way.
I don't take responsibility for this. I will never.
Rogers in his darkness retreats. Yeah.
That's what Sean's going to get used to.
3-1.
Yinzer's going to love him.
Outside. Ball 4.
Is it this one? No, it's not. Okay.
I think it was 4th of July.
No, I remember the photo. Oh, here we go. All right.
Got it?
Yep, it's loading. This is literally every Yankee fan at the stadium right now.
Yes. The only thing that did suck about that game was we won. That humidity was unbearable.
And how about Aaron Hicks hitting a home run?
It was like 100 degrees. Aaron
Hicks Clark Schmidt was blowing ass.
Thank God we won that one, but that was a rough one.
They should put the tarp on and play the highlights of the 2000 World Series.
Yes.
Give some fans.
How is that not a strike? Blue, what are we doing? We want to end this. You're not helping. Shout out to the dude with the Jalen Brunson jersey.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got 2 runners on.
This has definitely got to be a type of game where you got to invite fans to move up. Like, they already paid for their seats. Let them move up. I know in games like this they let them. But then again, Yankee Stadium security is a bunch of jerk-offs.
Didn't they like ban that Miami fan?
Marlins fan?
Didn't they? Because I remember him trying to move up from. I mean, they didn't ban him because he comes back, but like, didn't they kick him out for that?
I don't remember that.
They kicked somebody out for that.
I remember they kicked out that Philly. You know the Philly fan who's always got the.
Christ.
You know the Philly fan who always wears the face paint everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got kicked out of Yankee Stadium because he was causing trouble during the Philly series 2 years ago.
Moron. I wish I would have been there.
Well, we are going to try to go to Phillies Yankees this year.
All right, here come the umpires.
Oh, my Lord.
Ball boy talking to Danny Cunningham.
They can't keep this going.
The wind is a factor. Their pants are blowing.
I'm gonna ask Luca when I see him. I said, "Is this like the Jet Jag game? Because this is what it feels like."
It was. I think it was colder. It was in fucking December.
Well, yeah, that's the only difference. But
and you just gotta keep in mind, MetLife wind. You're in the middle of a swamp.
Yeah. By the way, I saw a post. It was in my suggested FIFA posting about how MetLife Stadium is this world-class place in New York City.
My fucking ass. Danny Cunningham
and
is
the problem
out.
is the comment section was in agreement. Like, there was one logical fan talking about this stadium's a shithole.
Yeah, apparently people don't know. Danny Cunningham is out, and one member of the grounds crew talking to Aaron Boone, Bob Melvin, is not out.
Also, by the way, I'm going to defend Jersey here. MetLife Stadium's not in New York. Stop advertising it that way. New York does not claim that fucking stadium.
Yeah. So you're telling me all this? I mean, they're right now they're fixing the mound.
How can they play. Why are we doing this? We're just making this worse. You know it's bad when the
Please
Yankees.
don't tell me Boone is actually arguing. No, he's not.
No, please tell me the Yankees are pleading for this to fucking end. You ask me, this game should have never been played from the fucking start, but...
Yo, look at that mound, though.
And the problem is, again, it's going to be like this all fucking weekend.
April showers, bring me flowers.
Oh, I can't wait to hear Boone's press conference after this.
Oh, yeah, we lost 8-1 because it's raining.
And you know what's going to piss me off even more about this? This is just going to feed into Michael K's bullshit about, this is why every team should play in a dome.
A retractable roof for that shit. Jazz is shaking his head.
The weather's not going to break. Just
why I think they're disagreeing over. I don't know. Like, it's hard to tell.
Boone probably wants them to keep playing for whatever fucking reason.
All I see is Jazz doing this.
Jazz is probably telling him it's not playable. It was never playable from the start. I don't know. Something tells me the umpire is trying to get this one to keep going. Jazz is pleading with them to not play.
You might be right because they just broke up the umpires and Boone's going back to the dugout.
Maybe
why are we doing this?
The umpires, if they get, if they play a certain amount.
Yep, he's back on the mound, everybody.
God, I like weather affected games, but this is not.
I like them in football. I guess they're
testing. I like them in baseball
mound.
When it's not the Yankees.
Are they testing the mound? No, Barksdale's back at third. So, no, they are not. I mean, what are we doing here? Oh, no, Matt Chapman's coming up, everybody.
Good for Vinny for... I don't know what he had to do, but I know he said he had to leave by around 9. He's not missing anything.
No, he's missing
Vinny, if you're watching, you're lucky.
Fucking believable.
Welp, we keep this one going. And not by choice.
Well, the Marlins choked. It's 6-4 Nationals as of a few moments ago. There's no scoreboard, so
they just read the attendance. I didn't get to hear it, but they said they read paid attendance. They didn't read how many people came through the
gate.
So we keep this going. Chapman's looking for a golden sombrero and walks right now.
You ain't gonna get that.
What's even more upsetting is, like I said, Gomez has actually been like halfway decent through his first 3 games. This is gonna destroy his numbers
and his confidence.
Yes. Well, where have we seen that before? Wow, they called that a swing. Devi Garcia is my favorite example for that. We got a strikeout.
Where the hell is he now?
I don't know. Last I heard, he was with the White Sox. Arlington up against Birmingham. Yeah, we were joking about that earlier, possibly watching the UFL or USFL, whatever it's called now.
He's with the Brewers.
See, I have a coworker, Taco, who loves the USFL because he just loves football, which I respect that. If you love football, you're going to watch all football. I can't get into it. If they actually could draw some decent crowds, I'd be into it. And the other thing is I don't have any teams near my area.
Exactly.
Like there was a Jersey team.
They had the Guardians before
They even had the Jersey Generals, but
the Jersey Generals didn't even play in Jersey. They played in Alabama or whatever it was.
Yeah, because they were playing all the teams down in Bama. They got rid of the Pittsburgh and the Philly team, which I know those cities would have supported those teams had they actually been playing there. Yeah, I just can't get into it. The only team I like to watch is St. Louis because they actually draw like 30,000 people.
St. Louis don't have many sports teams now.
No, unfortunately. I feel bad for them in that aspect, but there's fuck you Spanos and there's also fuck you Kroenke.
Yeah. Took a championship away.
By the way, I'm going to ask you a question after this pitch. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. How does it feel, Alex, to know that there's teams building whole cities like the Rams are for their facilities, yet you can't even get a good stadium?
And it's not like the Rams. It's like there's like a consequential difference in tax rate, and it's not like let's not. I'm not getting political, but I'm speaking facts. Billionaires don't pay a shit ton of taxes. Let's
No, they don't. By the way, Alex, I was thinking about it. Now, I don't have the pictures on my computer. I was thinking about exposing you and your brother tonight. You want to know how?
Oh,
I was gonna share the picture of you guys wearing the Steelers big hat at Rally House in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I would say these guys are frauds. They're actually Steeler fans, but I was too lazy. I didn't feel like doing it. But yes, for the chat, if you didn't know, Alex was lying to you the whole time. He's actually a Steelers fan.
He is so full of shit. It's not even funny.
Hey, you did admit we have a better stadium, but that's also a given.
That's water is wet, Sean.
Unfortunately, Alex, there's people that would disagree.
Yeah. The East Coast has a land availability issue which raises prices.
On a higher population, too. That doesn't help. I'm telling you, Alex, if you put the Giants in Staten, Italy, you get full support from us.
Problem with that.
I would be too, but the problem is the other four boroughs would bitch about it. No, not even that. Yeah, Jersey would bitch, but the other four boroughs would bitch. Oh, why would you put it in Staten Island? They're a part of Jersey. Fuck you. Staten Island is better than you think. You just won't give it a chance.
Here's, I don't know if Sean will agree with this. This is a tweet. First time in my life that the Steelers have a worse quarterback situation than the Browns. The hell is officially frozen over.
I would not go that far, no. Rudolph. I would take Mason Rudolph over Kenny Pickett and fucking Joe Flacco. Then again, Flacco did kind of burn us last year, but we're going to forget about that. That never happened.
Yeah.
The reason the Rams could build a whole city is because there's so much open land, cheap to rent. I thought Inglewood was kind of a big area, though, is it not? I don't know LA like that. But
I don't know it off the top of my head.
I just know LA is more spread out than New York City is. Like, New York City's bigger, but they say, like, LA, you have to have a car. Nice strikeout by Gomez.
What about Long Island? I know I don't like Long Island, but, like, that's an option.
Relatively. Okay, yeah.
But, I mean, listen, even if you put it in Jersey, build a nice fucking stadium.
Well, there is land in Jersey, but you'd have to go to, like, if you acknowledge Central Jersey's existence.
Jersey,
but
yeah. That's
if you acknowledge their existence. I hear that's a touchy topic.
We're not Jersey people, so I'm not.
No,
really,
we don't like Jersey. Okay, that's really, a strike somehow.
But even then, like wherever you build the stadium, don't build.
Alex, I hate to break it to you. I don't know if you're noticing, but the rain is lighting up.
You can't be serious.
I'm dead serious. Look, when they pan to the hitter, you'll see it. It's not as clear, the raindrops. By the way, if Gomez gets out of this, like, good for him.
Yeah, top.
Because he's being put in a situation he should not be in right now.
And this game should already be over, but, you know.
Yeah, Alex, just think, if we play through this, we're going to be here till midnight. I can't wait to see the time of the game when this is over, if this goes.
So the Knicks lost 108-102.
That's why I didn't say anything prior.
So.
Don't get me started on the Knicks. I don't even want to. This game is pissing me off enough as it is. That's not going to help. 2-1 count. Inside 3-1. Is there land availability? Oh, yeah, 100%. New York State is... Actually, I'll tell you the truth. When you drive to, like, say, Cooperstown, you go through the middle of nowhere for at least a good hour and a half. It's... The only issue you would have is you'd have to fight the Amish.
Yeah. And he just walked him. That's 9-1.
But no, once you get past like Westchester and like Yonkers and all that area, yeah, you're essentially in the middle of nowhere.
You're not going to. They're not going to build a stadium in New York State, though.
No, because the problem is that's technically Bill's territory. So.
Yeah. Like
that was a borderline pitch too. He called that a strike.
I want to say Aaron Boone is pissed at Barksdale because he wants them off the field. Because, like,
well, here they come out there again. Actually, he's coming out with a trainer.
That might be his translator.
Is he? He's a white guy. I have no. I'm sorry. That might be racist. I apologize.
It's not racist.
As Castellanos hits one to left field. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do that on air?
Like how many?
No,
how
they
many-
said it. No,
how
Kay
long?
said it is the trainer.
Okay. Well, yeah, they should say. And Cunningham is showing Barksdale the forecast.
I would say
Now
one
Barksdale
thing.
is approaching the mound.
If one of our guys gets hurt, and I'm the Yankees, I would be fucking livid right now.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know why you're showing them the radar. It's blatantly obvious. Like it's gonna continue all night, and it's gonna continue all of tomorrow afternoon too. I'll read it. So,
and here comes the tarp.
out friggin' time. So here's the weather for New York City over the next 3 days. Rain, 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 rain. Sunrise, rain, rain. Actually, cloudy tomorrow, but rain by 3:00, which is the time the game is supposed to start. Rain throughout all of tomorrow night, and Sunday overcast. And so Sunday's really the only.
Melvin is out.
Sunday's the only good day this weekend, so they could rain out tomorrow.
Melvin's out talking to Barksdale. Something tells me he's. I don't know if he's unhappy or.
They're probably now going to just debate. Technically, you're supposed to play the whole inning for it to be official, but I think if the managers can come to an agreement to end this, it's official.
I mean, the fucking Giants have already won.
The Yankees, yeah, exactly.
This is the first Giants victory since January. I'm joking. In New York.
Armand says what the Rams are building, the main reason to make money. Well, yeah, that's a given.
No.
Taco says, so Buffalo has better territorial rights in state than the Jets or the Giants. That's kind of
because they're not really known as New York State teams, or more.
No, technically, yeah, essentially, essentially they're jerseys teams. If you ever hear like say Mayor Adams talking about their teams, they don't acknowledge the Giants or the Jets. They root for the Bills. They don't root for the Giants or the Jets. I mean, broadcast-wise, yeah, I think they have the territorial rights, but oh god, I can't type.
Yeah, this is now
broadcasting-wise, I think that's it.
Rain delay. Just call the fucking game. This ain't getting any better.
If they drag this out, Alex. I mean, hey, I will say this. Thank you to the people that have stuck around watching this with us.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you because this is, I don't mean to be mean, Alex. This is, aside from like your reveal, this has been like our worst stream.
It's been like so draggy.
We're trying to make the best of it. I hope you guys know that, and we thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
At least we know the people that are watching are dry and not soaking wet in this poor weather.
If you got questions, throw them in the chat.
Yeah, we'll stick around until this game is officially called. If they ever call it, they may want to finish it tomorrow, Alex. Imagine that.
Yeah, streamed half of a game. Congratulations.
Yeah, Brad, you're probably right. They're probably just celebrating that this one's over.
They're having tea.
Alex, while we're at it, since we've been shitting on the Yankees all night, essentially, why don't we go around the league?
Sure.
We'll talk about our minor league system too, but we'll talk about baseball as a whole. Do you want to do the out-of-town scoreboard, or would you like me to do it this time?
Do the out-of-town scoreboard. So Boston's still getting their asses beat 9-1, 2 outs in the top of the 8th with a runner on second. That's of course being done by the Chicago White Sox.
Thank you, Armand. I appreciate that. I'm actually going to check that out.
Tina's
going to be on SmackDown by next week, by the way.
St. Louis Cardinals in the bottom of the 7th lead the Philadelphia Phillies.
Go Cardinals.
Runner on first, 1 out.
Philly.
The Houston Astros lead 11-2. They lead the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Runners on second and third.
Okay, real quick, Alex. I'm going to interrupt. Armand, can you explain what's happening right now? Because he's got 3 title belts. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I know he's got a bunch of title belts out here. Is this the history of the title? I'm guessing it is. Go ahead, Alex. I apologize.
You're good. So Minnesota. Oh, now it's 4-4 between Detroit and Minnesota. Runners on the corners at the top of the 6th on Apple TV.
Yeah, so I'm not watching.
Colorado, San Diego is tied 2 outs, top of the 3rd. Arizona is hosting Milwaukee. Runner on first in the bottom of the second. Top of the second in Seattle. 1-0
Oh yeah, we could
Seattle.
watch the Mets right now.
Yeah. 2 outs in the top of the second. And, of course, the New York Mets against the Athletics.
Yeah,
Top
I've
of the
done that.
first
I keep
lineup.
calling them Oakland. Don't feel bad.
And then Chicago and LA is just getting started. Cleveland beat Kansas City earlier 7-0. Pittsburgh lost to Cincinnati.
Pain.
And Atlanta lost to Tampa Bay. And Washington also lost to 1 to Miami. Excuse me.
Blue Jays Orioles was also postponed.
Yes.
They haven't said when they're making that one up. In the Yankee minor leagues, if you follow minor league baseball, if you do, salute to you. In the Rail Riders Red Wings game in AAA, that game is tied at 6. They're in the bottom of the 10th. Scranton Wilkes-Barre's got the bases loaded, so 1 out. Hopefully they don't fuck that up. In AA, Somerset, the Somerset Patriots against the Reading Fightin' Phils was rained out. They're going to play a single admission doubleheader tomorrow starting at 4 p.m. For note, if you do watch minor league baseball, or if you're not familiar with minor league baseball, when they play doubleheaders, it is only 7-inning games. So that will be made up tomorrow if you're a Somerset Patriots fan. In High A, the Hudson Valley Renegades against the Brooklyn Cyclones was also rained out. They will play a single admission doubleheader starting tomorrow at 1 down in Brooklyn. So if you are in New York City, you got a chance to see George Lombard Jr. He will be he is playing for the Renegades. So Yankee fans, if you're looking to get a look at some of our young prospects, head out to Alex. What do they call in the stadium now?
Park.
Maimonides, whatever it's called. 1 o'clock tomorrow, single admission doubleheader. Alex, if you're wondering, the Sunday game starts at 2 o'clock. If you're still looking to go, calling for decent weather.
Yeah, I know it's supposed to be cloudy. That's what I'm probably leaning towards.
And in low A ball, the Tampa Tarpons fell to Fort Myers. I don't know their name, but I know that's the Twins low A team. 6-3 the final in that one.
Subscription service bubble needs to pop. You could pay $300 a month in subscriptions and still be paywalled out of games.
Because I have
MLB.TV is now for sale. If anyone doesn't know that.
Yes. Apparently, I have to pay for a separate subscription to watch the Mets because they lifted their blackout restrictions somehow. I don't know the full details behind it, but hair. But I have to pay a separate subscription, which means I'd have to spend another $150 just to watch the Mets, which I'm not doing.
No.
I mean, I like watching the Mets because I like seeing what the other team in New York is doing, but I'm not. Nope.
Yeah.
I get the Pirates, Phillies, and Yankees where I'm at. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And weirdly enough, I get the Cubs too, which I really can't explain that one.
Our buddy Gary Sheffield Jr. said George Steinbrenner would have Marcus Stroman on the first flight to Shanghai before this delay was over.
Yeah, pretty much. If the Mets took SNY... Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, see, the Mets are going to be willing to do that. Trying to get teams like the Yankees and Dodgers to do that is going to be a very tall task, and I think that's one of the topics of next year's CBA.
Revenue sharing.
Someone said, do you miss that time where Stroman was going to be our number 7 starter?
Yeah, I missed the time when he wasn't even being considered, so.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yankee source, I'll never understand what the Yankees saw in Stroman offer a multi-year free agent contract. I said the signing was bad at the time, so.
Yeah, I had my doubts about it, but I wanted to believe there was a chance because he was finally coming to his dream team, but
yeah,
I don't think it's a dream team no more.
Fucking dream team.
Taco says Marcus Stroman will be getting pushed off the stadium roof if George was still... Well, first things first, if George was still around, this would be a very different team. I don't even know that Stroman would be a Yankee. So this game is still not over yet.
Yeah, I mean, to Sunil's point, as far as the weather goes, this is the first I've dealt with it in the past, and obviously Sean deals with like much worse conditions because it's colder where he is. But
probably snowing where I'm at by now.
This year, I've gotten so into because I've made more frequent trips to the south.
The south is sounding a little more desirable now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Last year I went to Mobile. Last year I went to Florida. this year went to Mobile, and the weather was just
Which,
like.
by the way, Alex, I did confirm with my family. I wasn't sure if I was still going to do it. I am going to go to Florida for first week of August. Yankees, can you check the dates the Yankees and the Marlins are there? Because I'm going the 2nd through the 9th.
Okay, let me.
If you want to make that trip down there, we still could if we wanted to.
Yeah.
The South will rise again. Nice taco. That's funny.
It's 64 in Mobile, and it's not raining, so
must be nice.
Know,
Hell, even Pittsburgh had nicer weather this past weekend. But Alex, yeah, what weekend are we in? Are we in Miami?
First, second, third.
Okay, because I'm going to talk to my family about that. I'm going to see, might make it a family trip, which obviously, of course, you would be invited to if you do indeed want to go down to Florida for a couple days. We would never complain. You know what? Even in the middle of August, I don't think we would complain about a couple days down in the Sunshine State. Even though that Florida heat and heat in August is no joke. We learned that when we were there.
Yeah, I mean, it was
if you want to talk to our friends about that idea.
Well, the one thing Joe said he's not going to make that trip this year. Plus, he's also going for the test within this month.
That's true. He did say that.
So, I mean, it would probably be me and Luca and maybe Jonathan, but
and I was gonna assume maybe your family too, because I know they love Florida.
We'll see where. I have to see where a couple of things are at, but I mean, I wouldn't oppose it. And
well, even I know we still have other trips we were planning too, like the Notre Dame trip or possible second Pitt trip if we can't afford Notre Dame for whatever reason, because that's a tough ticket.
Obviously Armand said he wants to go. Donald was talking to me about it, so there's a lot of ideas in the bubble.
Yes, it just all depends on our future and where we're at. There.
especially me and Luca.
Well, I'm included in that too.
I'm just.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. I'm being a dick.
Yeah. So
they're showing what the Wells hit the double would have been had it not been raining. That would have been 6 rows up, by the way. Okay, Sunil has a good one. Alex, I'll let you read it.
Who's the worst New York starting pitcher? Well, I will say I wasn't around for. I remember Doug Drabeck, but I only remember him because he was a Pirate.
I'm gonna throw a name in there that he doesn't have, Andrew Heaney. Which, that's what pisses me off even more is the fact that he punched out 10 people on Sunday. But I'm saying Andrew Heaney. He had a near 8 ERA with us, so
Sonny
Gray could at least.
Sonny Gray was pretty awful.
He was awful, but he always would have that occasional
good
decent
game.
start. You never got that with Andrew Heaney.
I don't think Burnett is. I mean, again, I don't know.
He wasn't great with us, but he wasn't terrible. He says he wasn't around long enough. He still broke my heart in the Field of Dreams game, so
that Field of
petty
Dreams
like that.
Pissed me off.
I'm still petty about that.
And then you have fucking who? Why am I blanking on who blew that fucking game?
It was Heaney.
Was it?
No. Oh wait, no. You might be right.
Who blew that fucking game? 2021.
I don't even want to remember. Was it Luca? Chapman? No, it wasn't Chapman.
No, it wasn't Chapman. Luca, who blew the fucking Field of Dreams game?
Hi, Luca.
Zach Britton. Oh,
yeah, another jerk off. Yeah, okay.
You're a moron. Thank you.
Hi, Luca. Is Luca an alcoholic?
Can't hear you
Hi, Luca. God damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says they had to play multiple seasons. Oh, God. Well,
I'm gonna stick with Sonny.
You can honestly, probably.
Just
Lance Lynn was pretty awful too, but I don't remember how many seasons Lance Lynn was with them. Lance Lynn
was only there a half a season.
Half a season? Okay, so that don't qualify.
He was kind of garbo. We did have Jaime Garcia for half a season. Yeah, that was a weird 2018 deadline.
Yeah, that was the fact that we somehow made the playoffs that year was something. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Alex. I'm gonna say Sonny Gray, but another couple pitchers you could probably put in there was like Ivan Nova, who was like super inconsistent.
Ivan Nova.
Phil Hughes was
Phil
kind
Hughes
of
was
inconsistent.
ass towards the end of his Yankees. He had like a 6-13 record in his final year.
Yeah, started out like 0-8 if I remember correctly.
God.
Yeah. No, after you said that ruled that out.
Fucking Phil Hughes.
Alex, they still haven't called this game, by the way.
They should.
I don't know why they haven't.
Yeah, 2000.
Anyway, should we preview tomorrow's?
It was worse. It was worse than I thought. He had a 4-14 record.
Okay, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Alex, should we preview the Notre Dame game?
Jesus Christ, I don't even.
Hey, at least we got some college football over the next couple weeks. I know Notre Dame and Pitt have their spring games tomorrow. Even though it's not gonna be full speed, it's still football. They at least somewhat tackle.
Yeah, 12 minutes ago, in a rain delay. Bunch of nonsense.
And this camera angle that they're showing ain't doing any justice because we can't see if it's still raining or not. Yeah, see, my problem with Nova though was how inconsistent he was. That I think was more frustrating. See, at least you can just go out there and expect like a bad pitch, like like when Stroman went out there, we kind of had our expectations on the floor. Whereas Ivan Nova, you just never knew what you were gonna get.
And he was always hurt, like TJ surgery.
Yeah.
I also think people kind of overhated Montgomery.
Oh, he was very underappreciated. The offense was what ruined,
Yeah, he would never have runs behind him. And obviously, trading him and all that, but...
I heard something about that, Taco, but I never really looked into it too deeply. Yes, Sunil wants to see Princess Luca.
Maybe towards the end we'll feature him. He's probably writing up some...
See, that's your reward. If you could stick around till the end of this, whenever this ends, you get to see Luca. Hey, who knows? If they do continue this game, maybe you'll get to see Luca sleeping.
Stop. Don't speak that into existence, Sean. I can't stay on here all night.
I can't either, but I'm going to. I'm going to at least do it until I have to go to work. I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to tough it out for us. I don't want to, but I'm going to do it. Alex, you got to do it with me. I got to be up at 4 in the morning. It's okay. We're going to do this together. And then we're going to fall asleep watching the Irish tomorrow. Oh, boy. And you know what's funny, Alex, is me and Luca have both spoken something like that into existence. I spoke into existence the tie that we went to between Washington and New York, the Giants. And then Luca spoke in going into extras on the day we were supposed to come home from Pittsburgh.
Yep. Didn't get home till 2:30 in the morning.
Did you sleep on the way back or?
It was like here and there.
Whenever Montgomery pitched, Boone.
Boone.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. But shout out to the both of you. That was a long drive home.
Yeah.
But we had fun with it at least. We had
definitely do it again.
That's why I always say long distance drives is better than flying a plane because you really bond with whoever you're in the car with. Now I will say, if Joe and Jonathan came with us, that would have been so tight, like sitting in the back, and we would have probably had to rent like an SUV or something, which would have been a gas guzzler. Especially Alex, why don't you tell the people that have stuck around? What does gas cost in Western Pennsylvania?
Fucking $3.50 to $3.60. That's
$3.69
is the highest. That's extortion.
I thought Eastern PA was bad.
And we're not even. I'm just going to make this clear for anyone. We're not venturing into politics. We're just
talking prices.
We're just talking fucking prices.
Yeah, Western PA, like everything in Western PA was cheap except for gas. Like everything else. Like Costa, everything, dirt cheap. Gas, not cheap.
No.
Which, Alex, I'll tell you the truth. I never looked at my bank account to see how much you spent on my card for gas because I'm afraid to look at it.
I'll tell you right now.
Go ahead.
$28. Oh,
that's not awful.
No.
I was expecting it to be higher.
Because
but your car was. Oh, by the way, shout out to your car. One time we had to fill up going to and then one time from. That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, 414 was the amount of miles that was totally in the car once I was done.
Yeah, your car got some good mileage during that trip. So next road trip we're taking, if it's not Pittsburgh again, is going to be Charlotte.
Yeah, as I said, we gotta go out of state next time because.
Well, technically, you guys were out of state. I was not.
Yeah, for a baseball game, I know we talked about Kansas City or something like that.
Yeah, but that trip, Kansas City, you're looking at 22 hours.
Not for a drive, no.
Oh, I see.
Not for a drive.
Realistically, stadium-wise, if you're gonna drive, obviously there's Citi Field. That's right there. We could just take the train.
I'd rather.
Boston, Baltimore, Washington, Philly, and maybe Toronto. And Cleveland, I guess, too, you could put in there. But anything else is like, that's plain
Would you say
worthy.
before Cleveland?
Cleveland, I think, is drivable because that's only an extra 2 hours from Pittsburgh. I would say you're looking at about 8 hours, which to me that's doable because I've done 14-hour drives. So
yeah, and I like Cleveland as a city. I've never been downtown.
Yeah, Armand said it. We were actually looking at going to Kansas City last year. We never did it because we were going to Florida already. So
yeah,
we got a couple of comments to catch up on. We were kind of rambling for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's not much. I mean, Sunil was just mentioning some of the Marcus Meatball stuff, and then obviously Armin stuff about the.
Yeah, send them to WWE. Let the OTC finish them off, please.
Yeah. So.
Really, Sunil, you're paying higher than that? Damn, that's crazy. Actually, I would have thought Texas would be where it's at, like at its lowest. Austin is too much. Well, yeah, that's true. Texas is friggin' massive.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah.
I have to find a reason to go there because I really don't have a reason right now. Other than Globe Life.
Well, we can always go to Jerry World.
Sunil's a Cowboys fan. He don't even want to go to Jerry World.
Yeah. I hear the stadium is really nice.
But... No, yeah. Now they're showing Clark Schmidt highlights. That's all fine. Call the fucking game.
Yeah, it's almost 10:30.
Fucking almost 4 hours on this shit.
No, actually, Alex, I'll tell you the truth. The next baseball trip I want to take is, I know you said we already did it. I want to go to Philly for the All-Star game next year. And even not even so much the All-Star game. I think I'd rather go for the Home Run Derby, if I'm going to be honest with you. I want to, like I said, Philly. I want to do again just for the All-Star game. Yeah, I'll be honest though. I mean, my goal is, Armand, to eventually see all 30 stadiums at some point. I honestly, I would have rather gone to the old Ranger Stadium. I don't care for this new one.
I don't care for it either.
I get why they had to build the new one because playing in that heat is obviously no joke. No. But I love that old stadium. That was actually, I'll tell you the truth, that was one of my favorite ballparks as a kid that I always wanted to go to. I don't even know why. Actually, you know what's funny, Alex? You want to know why that was my favorite stadium as a kid? Remember Nicktoons MLB on the Wii?
Yep.
I always played in that stadium because it looks so beautiful. I don't even know why.
Nicktoons MLB.
Oh, that was a fun game. You got to admit. Although it did suck when you got plunked by Patrick when you were trying to do something. But
I didn't even. We should go to SAC and see the A's.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Actually, I'll tell you the truth, Armand. Had the World Series not been Dodgers Yankees, I think we were actually talking about going to a Yankees Dodgers game because I have a cousin who lives in Los Angeles and she invited us to go, or at least me and my family. I said the Twins could come if they wanted. I still want to go to Dodger Stadium. I still want to go to LA. I just don't think I can afford to go to Yankees Dodgers. Alex, since we're on stream waiting, why don't you look that up? What does it cost to go to Yankees Dodgers this year?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just because we're at it.
Right, everyone make their bets at a starting price.
That same week, they're going to be in Anaheim. So we were thinking about doing a 2-stadium tour that week, which Angel Stadium, I don't doubt, is probably affordable. Dodger Stadium, no go.
What months do they play?
June. So I am going to go to LA at some point to go see my cousin, but just not for Yankees Dodgers. Not this year anyway.
Not as bad as I would expect, but guess the starting price.
Okay, you said not as bad, so I'm going to say somewhere in the 200 range.
No.
Higher or lower?
Lower.
130?
134. That's the most expensive you'll pay.
Well, is that starting?
It's starting.
Okay, all right. Yeah, all right. That actually kind of makes sense. Because you know there's going to be a lot of Yankee fans there, too.
Yo, how long are we going to wait?
This filler conversation, it's fun, but
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's great to have it, but like
The
fuck,
chat
man.
gets to see how we interact with each other.
Yeah.
Okay, Sunil says, Alex, I have a new mantra going into this NFL season. Fuck those shots. I like that.
I think the Giants will beat the Cowboys at least once. It's not going to be in Jerry World though.
I am praying that you guys can beat the Eagles at least once. I'm not a Giants fan, guys, but I tell every Giants fan I meet, I share the same hatred for Philly as you guys do, being that I live in Eastern Pennsylvania and I got to deal with these insufferable fucks. And Alex can tell you from experience because he also lived up here for several years. I want to see the Giants this upcoming year beat the Eagles with a fiery passion, just because I know Philly would lose their fucking minds. And I did make a deal with Alex. I said the day the Giants are finally good, I said I would go with him to Philly as a Giants fan. Like I said, not a Giants fan, but I would go for him. And granted, I think I would anyway because he is essentially my other brother. But you know, Alex, you don't look happy to be here. What's the matter?
They should call this game.
Chat, thank you for keeping us entertained.
Please, thank you.
I really do appreciate it, and I know Alex does too. I got two slices of veal left. I'm so tempted to eat it, but I'm trying not to eat on stream.
I want to boil pasta, but I mean,
yeah, I'll tell you the truth, Alex, and it had nothing to do with the pork store. The veal itself was great. There's something wrong with my stove because they didn't. The breadcrumbs ended up coming out not very good. But the veal itself, the meat, guys, if you're in New York, Barry Pork Store, guys, it's a must. They've been around, Alex, what have they been around, like 80 years, something like that?
I wouldn't say 80 years. Let me look it up.
80 years, that's what I thought you told me.
That's how old Tony is. But,
oh, I see. Well, shout out Tony. So it's probably like 50, 60 years then.
Yeah.
But that Italian Pork Store in, what is it, 18th Avenue in Brooklyn, it's a must. G ladies will kill the cow ladies.
I want to see when these people...
Sunil's giving me some good laughs here. Thank you, Sunil. I can't believe we're actually sitting here waiting for them to make a decision on the game.
You remember that one time when... hold on. I'm trying to find out when they opened, but it's not getting... Anyway...
could try their Instagram, but I don't know you're gonna find the same.
You remember when we went to before I moved back to New York, we tried that Rail Riders game and they just waited forever for them to call it, and your dad got pissed. He's like, "Yo, what are you waiting for?" He goes, "You say, oh, I want them to call the game."
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a few instances with this kind of crap.
Yeah.
Actually, that's always our luck every time we go to Scranton Wilkes-Barre for a game, is every time we go it seems to friggin' rain.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time.
I know we did a memory stream already. I don't know if I'll leave a link to that. That was a great stream, by the way. Why don't you tell the story about how we could have went to a Rail Riders game for a field trip, but it ended up not happening?
Yeah, so to put it, we were in 7th grade.
Every year, the 8th graders before high school.
Every year, the 8th graders got a chance to. No.
Yes.
No. There's a reason. Follow me on this one. The 7th graders always got a chance to go to the Rail Riders game because the 8th graders always went to Stony Mountain or whatever.
I thought they did both though.
No, they didn't do both. So we were in 6th grade.
Well, either way, it gets
the 7th graders
thing.
got a chance to go to the Rail Riders game. So then we go to 7th grade. They say it's too cold and it's not educational, which is kind of stupid because that's all bullshit.
So what happened the year before, the grade before us, was it was very cold, supposedly, and apparently they left early to go to a McDonald's instead, and that led to them canceling our year to go to a Rail Rider game. Alex, continue.
Yeah. So we decided to go to a fucking local jail instead. In a mansion where
trip was awful.
In like Renaissance history, like I didn't give two
the
shits.
Asa Packer mansion is where we went in downtown Jim Thorpe.
Yeah. So then after that, after the year after, they go to the Rail Rider game.
Yeah, every year has done it since. All my cousins have been able to do it. All my younger cousins. My cousin Johnny, who is now graduated high school, turns 19 in May. Happy early birthday, Johnny, if you watch. My little cousin Sarah, who's in 7th grade now, I'm pretty sure she's going to get to do it. And then Miranda, she's in like 4th or 5th grade, I forget.
Quick update. We were talking so much shit on Alex Jackson that he actually walked it off for the Rail Riders.
Which is funny because Everson Pereira had a chance. I guess he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Damn. Good for Alex Jackson. But yeah, essentially every grade got to go to a Rail Rider game except ours. But Alex, I still say this, as irritated as I am about that, especially my dad was very irritated about it too, because he never chaperones for a field trip. He was the first one to tell me, "Oh, I want to go," but oh crap! What the hell was I about to say?
It would have been irritating though, because we would have been.
It would have been irritating because unfortunately, not even that. As I mentioned earlier, our grade hated baseball for whatever reason. We only maybe had like, what was there, Alex? Maybe like 90 to 100 people in our grade.
Yeah.
And maybe 5 of them outside of us were baseball fans. So
yeah.
I'll be honest, as irritated as I was that we didn't go, something tells me they wouldn't know.
Grace.
They would have been yelling at us for cheering.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my God, you guys are taking it so seriously." I hated it.
It's like you didn't have to go.
I hated our school so much. I'm sorry. I hated Jim Thorpe so much.
Well, I hate Jim Thorpe more than I hate Pinketter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We kind of learned that when we went back to our elementary school. Our elementary school was so welcoming when we came to visit last year. Yeah, then we went to the high school. Like, no, you got to book an appointment. You're not allowed in here.
It's like, bitch.
Fuck you then.
You mean? Yeah, no. That was nice, and they remembered us.
Most of them. Well, they remembered you guys more than anything. But that was always my thing. I was your
fuck
friend.
Fuck you, Optimum. Fuck you.
Yes. Fuck Optimum. I didn't even have Optimum, and fuck Optimum. $40 a month. Yeah, no shit. It's dirt cheap because they're fucking ass. Oh boy, Alex, how much longer do you think this is gonna take?
They're gonna call it at 11 o'clock.
At this point, actually, what I should have done, we should have went and streamed the Rail Rider game. At this rate, all right. So, Alex, since you're ahead of me, I'm gonna put on the Phillies game because.
Here we go. It's final, folks. Ball game over. Yankees lose to the Giants 9-1 via Brian Hoke.
Oh, thank God!
Oh my God,
Alex, is it even worth doing a post? We should do a post game, but.
What? Stroman sucks.
Stroman sucks. The offense didn't want to be there, and Aaron Boone was pleading for it to end.
Yeah.
That's all I got from tonight's game. And the worst part is we're going to have the exact same shit tomorrow.
Yeah. I just hope not to be around for it.
Well, I'll say this. The Giants are 1 win away from winning their first ever series in Yankee Stadium, regular season. And their first series win against the Yankees since 2007.
Right.
That's what's on the line the next 2 days if you're looking for a reason to care. Thank you to everybody. Again, I sincerely thank everybody who hung around tonight. I really, really do appreciate you. And I know Alex does too. This was a tough stream. It
fucking 3 hours, 37 minutes.
First pitch, base hit, and 5 runs before we gotten out. So thank you to I just gave out a Pennsylvania accent. Oh, God. Thank you to everybody who stuck around through this miserable stream. I really do appreciate. We had a little bit of fun. We threw in some bullshit here and there. That's the most we can do. Alex, I'll let you do your spiel for your channel here.
Yeah, so, I mean, most of you guys are coming from my channel anyway. Please subscribe to Pinstripes and Pile Drivers.
Thank you, Alex.
Subscribe to Nick's Cast. Subscribe to Gangrene Chronicles. That's Luca and Vinny's new
Jets channel.
Jets show. We should be convening at some point about a time next week. We'll stream a Yankee game. Hopefully, it's not as boring as sin. We'll keep you updated. I know next Wednesday. Keep in mind again. We got the Press Pass Road to Mobile documentary, the first of the channel's likeness. That's premiering on YouTube at 8:30.
Can't wait to see it, Alex. I'm really looking forward to it.
A lot of great production was put into that. A lot of great effort. I can't thank people enough for being a part of it. It was really fun to make. It's definitely going on my portfolio. But other than that, I mean, we're going to hype up the draft content. You'll see a mock draft before the draft actually begins. So anyway, do you want
one last thing I just got to say? Reminder: Sunday is our next Yankee stream. Yankees will be taking on the Giants 1:30. Hopefully, it goes a little better than this did tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't forget, of course, for my wrestling fans, be sure to subscribe. We will get another wrestling video out before Mania. We will be streaming both nights of WrestleMania, both Saturday and Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday we might be a little late, but we will do our best to get there on time. So for the wrestling fans, we will be streaming live reaction to both nights of WrestleMania. And of course, our next Yankees stream will be Sunday at 1:30 when we take on the Giants. Hopefully, weather will not play a factor in that one. Thank you to everybody for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you all Sunday.